Hello and welcome to the Sunday debate. The Sunday debate, of which this is the 6th edition, has become one of our most successful debating formats, and we have quite a few here on Republic. And the reason I think it's getting a great response from so many of you is because this is the one format where you and I can interact for a longer time with a very eminent group of panelists on one subject that is topical and that is timely, not just driven by the issue of the day, but the issue that has dominated the week. And viewers, if you were to look back at the last 1 week, what is the one issue which has really gone deep into people's minds? The issue is that of prices. Petrol prices, vegetable prices, wholesale price index, consumer price index. The Aam Aadmi does not always understand the numbers, but the Aam Aadmi goes to the market and buys vegetables and buys oil and buys flour, and they can make out that there is a perceptible change. And when they find that the petrol prices don't match the trend, they begin to ask questions. And then we have some fairly bizarre comments made by certain ministers who say, we are deliberately asking the rich people who have cars and bikes to be taxed so that we can help the downtrodden. Well, we thought the BJP had a middle class vote base. How is that going to react to it? Broadly, therefore, the most relevant subject for debate this Sunday is the situation of the Aam Aadmi. Now, we have a very strong panel. On my left, on the subject, and the subject I'd like to phrase it out for you first. Is the Aam Aadmi better off or worse off than 3 years ago? 3 years is a point. It can be 3 years, 3.5 years, whatever. Basically, end of UPA compared to 60% of NDA term. That's the comparison. Saying that it's worse off, on my left, I have the very aggressive Rajiv Desai. In the past has worked closely with the Congress party. He still is closely associated with the Congress party and has been chairman and CEO of Comma Consulting and political commentator, someone I never agree with, but someone who I find a great debater. Thank you very much, Rajiv. Maybe we'll find some common ground today at last.
I hope so.
Kumar Ketkar is with us today, preeminent political commentator of the country, senior journalist. Delighted to have you, sir. And Rahul Narvekar. This is a person who can threaten the entire debate by not letting me speak, let me tell you this. But he's a great guy and an emerging young politician and spokesperson of the NCP now. Thank you. Are you ready? And on the other side, taking you on, an equally aggressive bunch of speakers. On my right is Zafar Sareshwala. He's worked closely with Prime Minister Modi before the elections. Presently, he's Chancellor of the Maulana Azad National Urdu University on issues concerning minorities and outspoken voice, perhaps on others as well. Sambit Patra, returning for a second consecutive episode of the Sunday debate. He says he likes the format. Maybe it's because he got more votes in his favor the last time. He'll have to fight it out this time, Sambit, I can assure you. And Sunil Alag, chairman of SK Advisors, corporate guru, marketing maverick, business leader, and leans towards the Modi. If I say he's a BJP man, he doesn't like it. But if I say you're Modi leaning, he's proud of it. You're a Modi-leaning non-BJP man. Now, that's a very strange situation to be in.
No, it's a perfectly good situation because I can disagree with the BJP on many issues.
But agree with
But I
Modi.
think Mr. Modi is the best Prime Minister this country's had in a long time.
All right, opening the debate, very simple rounds. Gentlemen, one speaker from each side will open the arguments for 1 minute each. You will nominate each other. Then we have a freewheeling session, and then one speaker from each side will close the debate. It's very simple. Live polling is on, Twitter is on, interactive is on. Are we ready to start? And I would like to give those who say the situation is worse off than 3 years back, criticizing the BJP government. Which of you would like to open the debate? Please, floor is yours.
Well, actually, we should not say 3 years because these 3 years have to be divided into the first 1.5 years and second 1.5 years,
yes,
particularly after demonetization. First 1 year or even 1.5 year, people were actually feeling that they are happy. But they are happy or they are feeling happy not because economy was doing good or bad, अच्छे दिन आ गए, नहीं आ गए. They were happy because they thought the UPA with which they were fatigued, they have been able to defeat, and they have brought in somebody with a new blood, with new ideas, new visions, who is continuously talking to people here and talking to people to abroad, and therefore he is going to bring the new wave. So that was a kind of phenomenon, new wave that was people expecting, and people were happy for the first 1.5 years. Then the disillusionment began to set in. And disillusionment was completely set in after demonetization disaster. And that demonetization has brought in the core middle class which is the support BJP always has got. BJP has always got the support from the middle class. Across the country, it is not only in Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, everywhere, across the country, middle class supported the BJP. And that middle class started feeling the hurt, the genuine hurt after demonetization, not exactly after GST. GST is compounded, but GST is not compounded on the question of policy. Demonetization was questioned in the policy as well as implementation because no black money came. And not only the people who were actually, I know so many economists who actually were supporters of Modi, after demonetization, they started going away from Modi because they felt that demonetization is a disaster and why should we
Only for your introductory remarks, your overtime. Response from the other side. Who's opening? You decide, one of you. Who's opening? Sambit's opening, then respond directly.
First and foremost, as far as demonetization is concerned, whether it was liked or whether it was hated has been answered democratically in the Uttar Pradesh election, where thankfully Bharatiya Janata Party got a tremendous response, 325 seats. That answer your question. Have we changed from what we were in the UPA days to what we are under Mr. Modi? Yes, tremendous change. How we have changed. There was a trust deficit as far as the UPA dispensation was concerned. People did not repose faith in the government. Over here, the trust has been bridged. Secondly, and extremely importantly, from policy paralysis, we have traveled to perform and transform this country. We have also traveled from corruption and scams, some of the most humongous scams which would otherwise put even the calculators to shy and shame. We have traveled from those scams to days of transparency and where honesty is given a premium. From the days of incremental changes, only 5 crore LPG cylinders were distributed in the last 12 years, and to 3 crores to 5 crores LPG cylinders in the 5 years that Mr. Modi plans, till 2019. So from incremental changes to quantum jump. And the biggest change, I would say, why I say achhe din aa gaye hain, in the yesteryears, in the accounting, during Mr. Manmohan Singh and Sonia days, the accounting was only losses. How much has the country lost? Today, the accounting is only gain. How much has the country gained? So I believe the country has gained at the end.
Time. Ready for rebuts from the other side? Are we ready for the open debating round right now? Go ahead, please. One of you at a time. Only one request. One of you at a time from each other. So keep your eye contact with each other, members of the team. Rajiv Desai, I think, is coming in. Rajiv, you're coming in? Okay. Rajiv, counters. Freewheeling debate.
What Dr. Patra said reminds me of a poem by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. It said, in Xanadu did Kubla Khan a sacred pleasure dome decree. What are you talking about? You're talking about the Xanadu here? Everywhere there's distress. You have gas, oil price, petrol prices that attract 150% duty. Your current account deficit is in the toilet. It's really, I just wonder what you're talking about. Are you describing the same thing in the same country that we live in? I don't see that. Now, unfortunately, I've got a sore throat.
No, go ahead. You can make your point.
I can't carry on too long, but the fact of the matter
is, Congress always had a sore throat.
When I see you and a lot of the BJP guys talk about India, I think they're talking about Xanadu.
Oh, what is Xanadu, by the way?
Xanadu is where Kubla Khan, his stately pleasure dome decree.
With all due respect, sir, गरीब लोग ये जालाडू पालाडू नहीं समझने वाले हैं, sir. This is the problem of Congress Party.
You are speaking in English.
No.
If you don't know this
poem, sir, with all due respect, गरीब जनता ये जालाडू पालाडू नहीं समझने वाली है. गरीब जनता अच्छे दिन समझती है, नौकरी समझती है, रोटी समझती है जो मोदी जी दे रहे हैं. ये सोनिया जी इतने सालों तक जालाडू करती रही, क्या हो गया उससे?
You are spinning dreams. Nobody's going to believe you. This kind of stuff you're talking about. That's why I meant Xanadu, because it was a dream that this guy had, and this is a dream that you have. I don't see it. Nobody sees it. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Opening remarks, and feel free to debate openly, please. Sambit.
Yeah. I'll just add. I'm not a BJP guy, but somebody who's been seeing from the perspective. Things have improved because you can't take particular thing. The mess which had happened, like for example, it has given sense of belonging. For example, we have in India the banking, now the Jan Dhan. You have the poorest of the poor people, they could not even imagine to have a bank account. That has happened. So many, after 69, when you had nationalization,
So has
and
urad dal gone up to 99 rupees per kilo? Let us come down to brass tacks. Has urad dal come down to 99 rupees a kilo?
Tur dal from 150 has come down to 79.
Has arhar dal,
I'll answer that.
Has arhar dal price gone up by
Arnab,
25%?
the successive
Has sugar
explanations.
prices gone up, crossed 50 rupees a kilo a year ago?
Arnab, let me answer
Now,
that.
that's what people want an answer to.
Tur dal has gone to 150.
Come on.
With your
Now on that you're on the back.
How can you say better day?
He has a bad throat.
Only one
May I
point.
address you, sir? May I
Sandeep,
address
what is
you?
your
question?
On
Since
the Jan
the
Dhan-
Tur
on
dal
on
and the other
on
issues
Jan
of
Dhan
importance
account.
has been
May
brought
I?
in. I'll
May
just
I?
take, Rajiv ji, I'll just take 10 seconds.
Please.
10 seconds of your indulgence. You're a senior person, sir. Number one, Mr. Goswami, you're right. This is the question people are asking. I should be answering to them
Answer
because
the
I'm the spokesperson of the party which is ruling. Number one, inflation. There was a time during UPA when inflation was in double digit, 9 to 11%.
Did you say you'll
now,
improve on
just,
it?
Exactly, I'm coming to it. Or just a second of your patience, sir. 9 to 11% was the inflation then. We said we'll control it. Did we control it? The Monetary Committee on inflation has planned that we have to have inflation 4% plus or minus 2.
What is the price of urad dal?
No, the inflation right now is 3.24 from 2.74, a marginal increase,
Has that
which
been-
ironically,
has that been passed on?
Can I?
which ironically
Has
the
that been
opposition
passed on to
is
the
showing a
common man?
statistical
Arnab,
gimmick.
I want to-
But the
I
issue
want
is
to-
we are
counter.
we are firmly positioned where we have
We'll allow
promised.
all of them.
We are
Just,
still less than 4%.
One to all of you, all of you. Kumar, him, then you, then you.
Jan Dhan accounts. Okay, here's the quote. You said it's inclusion and so many things. The fact of the matter is that there's a report that shows that 18 public sector banks and 16 of their regional rural subsidiaries held 1.05 crore Jan Dhan accounts with deposits of 1 rupee only. It was the biggest scam ever.
So you're calling it a scam?
The biggest scam ever.
That is because this country,
That's
that's what they
put 1
wanted.
rupee.
You wanted a
And
bank
say
account.
financial inclusion.
No.
Are you kidding
don't
me?
even have a bank account.
How can you call it
Because why
financial
people couldn't
inclusion?
have a bank
It is a
account?
dodge.
Sunil
Don't have a
Alag.
bank
Sunil
account.
Alag.
It is a
Because
dodge.
they had to have
It
1,000
is a
rupees minimum.
dodge. It is a dodge like
No, at
everything.
least account, people can
Nothing
transfer
is-
money, it can
nothing
move
is
away
real.
from
Organize
there.
it between
I
you.
just
thing
want
is
to
real.
first answer today's Economic Times says about moong and urad and tur dal. Okay,
that's
I'm
plan.
quoting from today's Eco Times. And they are saying there is a bumper crop which will hit the markets in the next 2 to 3
And what
months.
is the source?
Please, can I
the
quote?
source.
You're stopping me from quoting. Okay, then you
Okay,
write
calm
to
down.
Economic Times and tell them they're wrong. Therefore, we are going to be exporting it, and therefore the price is expected to come down. What we are discussing is not at a given point of time. We are discussing, as he said earlier, over 3 years.
Mr.
Now,
Mr.
one
Alag,
second,
just to interject
can
you,
I just finish?
just to interject you, let me tell you, despite a bumper crop, you've had several farmer suicides in the
No, no,
state of
one second.
Maharashtra.
Please.
Despite of a bumper crop. The point is,
Can I just-
Let
here
him
is,
go, let him
the
talk to you.
bumper crop is also not helping. Government is not making use of that itself.
Can I just finish?
Absolutely.
Can I just-
Suicide 3
This
times.
is-
What
this
is your point, Rahul?
there-
Make it to
there-
him.
There
What is
may
your
have been
point
a
here?
policy
He's
paralysis,
asked
like
about a
you say,
price.
but
One second,
then
he's
there's
asked about a
policy
price. I'm
disaster
saying the
right
price
now.
is going to come down. That's all I'm saying. And he's asked about will the
Sunil,
price come down? I'm saying it will come down.
Just tell me where the Economic Times have got their report from.
I don't know where they
There's
got
a
it from.
source.
I'll pass the
They
report.
can't- they
Just
can't
give
make
the
it
report
up.
to him.
No,
That's
no, no.
underlined.
This is unheard of. After a bumper crop, suicides increased threefold.
No, no, no.
Arey, the bumper
Unbelievable.
crop is going to come
Only
now.
you could have achieved this feat.
The
No one
bumper-
else could have. You're
Why
right.
Look,
You're
we're
right.
having the debate in
Let
English.
me tell you.
One
Mr.
second,
Alag,
we are
let me
having
give
the
you.
debate in
Now
English.
let
Hold
me-
it, hold
let-
it, hold it
let
for a
me-
minute.
Let me throw
Let me
some
finish.
facts and
No, no, no.
figures.
I will
I
not
was
allow you
quiet
to
all this
speak.
time because I
I
wanted
will
to
not
hear these
allow you to
brilliant-
speak
brilliant
because you
remarks
got it
from you
wrong.
all. Now let me give you some
Come on, yeah,
facts
this is
and
the
figures.
problem with Rahul. Rahul won't let anyone speak. Once a politician starts-
Patra's opening
Patra and Rahul
comment.
Narvek.
Mr. Patra's opening comment only smacks of
Okay, this is the
arrogance.
Who? He's arrogant.
Only smacks of arrogance.
He's arrogant.
Only every time he's asked a question, he flashes numbers. He says,
What am I
the
supposed to
people
do?
have
Am I
reposed
supposed to
faith in
talk
us.
in rhetoric
Let
like
me
you?
tell you,
That's
you
not
talk
so.
about 325 in UP.
You complete,
Let me
I'll
remind
answer.
you
I'll speak
that
that.
your vote share is only 31%.
Okay, well,
and
well.
69% of the country has
That is not
voted
the
against
issue.
you.
That
So
is not
don't
the
give
issue.
these numbers
Okay.
and explain your arrogance.
Okay.
Number two,
Okay.
when
Can
you
I-
talk
can I please
about-
answer?
Number
Can I
two,
please
when
answer?
you
You're on
talk
the back foot
about,
today.
when you talk
It is
about
not on vote
inflation,
share, sir.
let me tell
This
you,
debate is not on
you
vote
are
share.
your policies are are the single largest
you started
factor
by saying
in
UP.
increasing inflation in this country.
Let me
When
answer.
in 2014, when the crude basket cost was $109,
yeah.
that means when the government used to purchase crude oil
Now let
at
me answer.
109.
Okay.
Listen to me.
No, I
Listen
have
to me.
heard you. No,
In
allow us a
no, no,
rebuttal.
let
You
me
spoke
complete.
about food grade.
You know
I
I'm
did
giving
not
you
want
right
to interrupt
figures,
because the
and
people of
therefore
this
you're not
country would
allowing
not
me
be
to
able to
talk.
hear us.
You know I'm
Now you have to
flashing
allow
right figures
point
at
by
your
point
face.
rebuttal.
Therefore, you're not
We should
letting me
know.
talk.
Rahul,
Have
Rahul,
the courage to listen.
Rahul,
I
this is-
spoke to you.
Rahul,
Have
this
the
is a
courage
very,
to listen.
This is a very no, Rahul. This is not
No,
a
no,
debate.
are you denying-
Just a second.
are you denying
Sir,
that the
with
taxes
all
on
due,
petrol
with all
have
due
been
respect,
raised like the
we have
parliament of
to,
this
we have to
country,
hear
the
out.
Lok
sir.
Sabha and Rajya Sabha,
We have to
where
hear
might
each
is
other.
right.
We have
Let
to
me-
hear.
let me-
This is a very serious
Are
debate.
you denying
No,
that
I
There's
want
a-
to
no,
answer
no, but
each question
but
of yours.
this side is there's a
I
double
want to
whammy
answer
attack
each
here.
question of yours.
Both there's a
Number
double
one.
whammy attack by
You're
both
not
of you.
allowing me to make my point.
Please,
Let me complete.
I'll
Let
answer
me
your first
complete.
point.
Let me
Just a second,
complete.
sir.
Just
I'll answer
half
your
a
first
minute.
point.
Samit,
Let me
do you
complete.
concede you've lost the debate in the
No.
first 10 minutes?
We have
Then I
won
will
the-
ask you the question.
What
because
debate? We have won the hearts and minds of millions and billions
Stop
of
the
this
debate.
country. They have lost the
If
country.
arrogance-
They have
if
lost the
arrogance
love of the
helps you
people.
win
People
minds
no
and
more
heart,
like these
then so be
politicians.
it.
That is the problem. What
31%?
debate? By the way,
If
sir,
arrogance allows you to win hearts and
Just a
minds,
second,
so
just
be
a
it.
second.
I would not want to win
Just-
in
I
this
want to-
fashion.
Rahul, I want to answer.
Okay,
point by
okay. I think we should hear him. Hear him.
You are
Point by
still
point by
following
point by
Let me
point.
complete my point.
Sambit, have you lost the debate?
Not at all. We have won the millions of hearts of this country because of reasons that I'm going to
31%.
enumerate. Number one.
Okay.
Number one.
That was in
Please.
2014.
Let's
we are
talk
talking
with
about
You all
facts.
have- you
Let's
all-
not go on emotion.
Even in
all are
2014, you got only 31% vote.
What are you
Millions
talking
and millions you did not.
Rajiv ji,
Millions
you are
and
senior
billions
people.
you never
Let's not
got.
quarrel like
You
this.
never
I
got.
respect you. Let's not quarrel
No,
like
but you
this.
are only
but you have asked the
31%.
question.
If you
I
make a
want to answer
travesty of
and you
the
can
truth.
ask me further
No, but why are
questions.
you saying millions and billions
We will
voted?
fight.
31%
Okay, well,
voted.
ठीक है. Millions of people like Sonia Gandhi, but we have become the prime minister.
No, but
Unfortunately, according to you.
69% have voted against
No, no.
you.
Everyone loves Rahul Gandhi, but we have become the prime minister.
But we
I'm so
never
sorry,
said
but
that. Why
that's
are you
happened.
imposing on
But
us?
that's happened. I cannot change that now. But let
Rahul
me answer
Gandhi
the
is
question.
irrelevant to this debate. Let's talk about inflation.
Rahul Gandhi is irrelevant anyway. Not only to this debate.
Yeah,
he's
yeah, but
irrelevant to
certainly
the
for this
country.
debate.
So forget Rahul Gandhi. Let him be aside.
You are rapidly
Let's come
becoming
to food
irrelevant.
grains and
The point
petrol.
is
Okay, don't
who is
heckle him.
becoming
Now all of
irrelevant?
three of you take it.
Please, sir.
No, no, who
Sir,
is becoming
senior
irrelevant?
people,
I would request
senior
you one
people
second.
should,
One
senior people
second.
should
One
allow young
second.
politicians
This is.
to speak.
I've been quiet for the last
Senior
5 minutes. You
people-
know why?
I'm younger than Sambit. Let me
Yeah,
speak.
please. You have
Can
I'm
I-
the youngest on the panel. Let me speak.
Can I say one thing,
Speaking
please?
and shouting
Can I?
are different
Sambit,
issues.
1 minute. It's a good humor debate. But I request, you see what's happening
want
here
to
is, Sambit, listen here. The fact is you have three very aggressive speakers on the left.
Yeah.
You are being heckled on the debate.
But we are mature
now you have a
spokespersons.
choice. You have a choice. And I present the choice today. Either you organize your team
We are
and
organized.
respond to them.
Yes.
Either Sunil Alagh and others participate in the debate and counter. And it's the first thing, gentlemen, you may feel you have an upper edge in the first part of the debate, but I request you,
No, why do they have
if
upper
all
edge?
three of you
How
get
can
after one
corruption ever
person,
have
then
upper
we
edge?
won't hear each other.
Now, how can corruption and scam ever have an upper edge?
How can deceit have an upper edge?
No,
How can deceit have an upper edge?
Deceit? What deceit?
Absolutely. I'll tell you
mean
what
to
is
say
deceit.
people are-
You listen to me, I'll tell you what is deceit.
You mean to say people are
You
falling
listen
for
to me,
deceit?
I'll tell you
Now,
what is
let me
deceit.
answer.
When
No,
fuel
let me
price was
answer. Let me
$109
answer.
per barrel,
This is not
it
the way.
came down by 74%.
I have got your question. I'm answering them point by point, one by
What
one.
did you do?
This heckling
You increased
business
the
is not
price by
going to solve the
20%.
purpose.
What did you
No,
do?
Mr.
You increased the
Rajiv,
central
no,
excise
Mr. Rao, you
duties.
have to allow
You
others.
increased the central
This
excise
is not the
duties
way.
from
This is not the way.
127%, from
Answer.
4%, from 4 rupees
Irony
to
is-
21.33
irony is
rupees.
you don't want
That
to
is the
listen to the
deceit.
answers. Okay.
That is the deceit.
Okay, I think we let Sambit speak now.
Yes.
Sambit, my question to you is, have the prices of petrol increased to Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai or Chennai or not? Is the price of petrol almost touching 80 rupees in Mumbai?
81,
From
83.
63.9 rupees in February 2015, that is 2.5 years ago. So I want to ask you this today, have the price of diesel increased right now or not? When crude prices are going down internationally, globally, why is the Aam
I want to
Aadmi?
answer that.
I think we need a substantial answer, but my question
You
is
have
to
to
this
be quite
side, you
clear
listen.
to this answer, because
Why
people
should
are
the
waiting for
Aam
answers,
Aadmi
not for
not
Tutu
ask
Yes.
that prices of diesel are touching some 63 rupees in Bombay?
Let me answer
And you had protested against the Delhi government's failure to control prices of the staple vegetable onion.
Rajnath
And your
Singh and
leader,
Smriti
Vijay
Irani-
Goyal, had said that this government has
Modi
become
himself.
insensitive towards the public. Are you sensitive to the public? Answer the question
I'm sensitive,
or
and
concede
that's
the motion. or concede the motion,
Rajnath
or
Singh
say I've
Smriti
lost the
Irani
debate.
sat
I
on the
want to-
street,
just a
Rasta
second.
Okay, now we'll hear
Mr. Kumar,
Rasta
and Sunil
Rogo,
Alak participate.
Mr.
for
Kumar,
petrol price
let me
rise,
no,
and that
this
time
is not
it
the
was
way,
hardly
Mr.
petrol price
Ketkar.
rise.
Okay, Mr. Ketkar.
We cannot have three Congress spokespersons shouting over here. Please let me.
I am not
What?
talking
Hello,
about-
hello.
don't belong to
You have
any
to allow
party.
others to speak as well.
We belong to
Hello,
India.
hello.
Not to any political
Yeah, I have
party.
Okay,
nothing to
well,
do with it.
okay. Allow me to answer.
Very
then.
simple.
Allow me to answer then. Number one, as far as the oil prices are concerned, well, yes, transiently there is an increase in the oil prices. Why? 18% of the US refineries are down after the hurricane. What? Well, Mr. Jaitley only recently stated that wait for a few days. Just as don't laugh at the
but
finance
I need
minister
to-
of the
I need to
country.
interject
This
if
is
he's
you
giving out
interject.
false
Let me say the
information.
debate will be a failure
No, if
today.
you're misleading,
Let's shout
I
over
need to
each other.
interject.
Let's throw water bottles on each other. Let's not have a debate. No, let's not have a
Keep the
debate.
water
then.
bottles away.
Let's not have a debate. Then
Let's
this
not
is the way.
rely on the debate.
No, no. Why not rely on
I'll give
debate?
you the
What do
figures.
you
You
want?
tell me if they're
No, no.
wrong.
You
I'll give
destroyed
you my
the country
source.
for all these
I'll give you
years,
my source.
and that
You
is
give
the
me your
reason as to
source.
why people have thrown you out. People have thrown you out because of the fact that you cheated the people of
There
this
we
country
go.
for all these years.
Arrogance. Arrogance.
Not
once
arrogance.
again.
Who is
Arrogance
arrogant?
once
By not
again.
allowing others to speak, who is arrogant?
I just want
Arrogance
one
once
request.
Mr. Rahul,
again.
Mr. Rahul, you have to allow others to speak also. I just want to reply. If you want the
Are you
source-
saying
what
that
source is-
natural calamities in the United States of America
No.
are the reason for the price
There are
hike of
multiple
urad dal in
reasons.
India?
There are multiple reasons. US refineries cater to most of the products of
please.
petrol.
That's wrong.
The futures are
India
not
doesn't
wrong.
buy from
18
US.
No,
India doesn't buy from US.
Refineries
India
in
buys
US, 18% of
its
them
intake
have been shut.
from
And that's the
UAE.
reason as to why we
India
have a
buys
situation right now.
74%
Secondly, this
of its
is
crude from
misinformation.
UAE. India
Right,
buys
please, Rahul, this is
74%.
not the
What are you
way.
talking
The
about?
debate is not leading
What are you
anywhere.
talking about?
Now, just give it to me.
Please,
No, 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 Sunil Alak, Sunil.
May I just request one thing from all of us? Whatever we are saying, let us finish our speech, then contradict, as opposed to
And
in the
let's
middle.
give the source as well.
May I just
While we are
make that
quoting,
one
let's give the
request?
source as well.
What is your source?
I'll give you, let me
Shambit,
speak.
What is your source?
There we go.
One second,
There
yeah.
we
I'm
go.
just making a
Arrogance
request.
at its epitome.
I just one
At the
second,
top.
yeah.
No, you
If
tell
you're-
me, my source are
Even
bunker.
that is not
Economic
allowed,
Times
yeah.
is
Forget about
bunker.
it. Even
Business
that is
World
not
is
allowed. Don't speak
bunker.
over each other.
It's only your source.
Shambit, all I'm saying is
Sunil
if we
Alak.
all agree, just for 1 minute, whatever you are saying for a couple of minutes, nobody is going to interrupt, and then we will come up
Yeah, I
and
know.
contradict
Okay,
you.
fine.
Do not contradict each other during a speech.
Okay.
Is that
So
okay
you-
with
you-
all
oil
6 of us?
price-
Let's move on that basis.
Rahul, oil prices, you have to see the genesis. I'll tell you, when the price was $10 and when it went to $110, the price of petrol did not change much. So for number of years, we were running a deficit of 1,40,000
That's
crore.
called a
No,
welfare
listen to me.
state. That's
No,
called
listen
a
to me.
welfare state.
Listen to
That's
me.
called a welfare state.
If
not
just-
when,
no,
not when
if
you
it would
price,
have continued,
not when,
most
not
of
when
our
the
oil
price comes
companies
down.
would have become
Just
bankrupt.
agreed.
Okay, what,
Rahul,
Sunil,
just
Sunil,
agreed.
Sunil.
Our oil
Finish.
companies would have become bankrupt.
You hit the nail on the head.
that's
You
not
hit the
right.
nail on the head.
Now, what about that?
I'm very
what
thankful
about-
to you for
what-
making this
What
comment.
about no?
Sunil Alak.
There was that.
I'll explain
there
that
was,
as well.
No, 140,000 crore
Yeah,
every
no,
year.
you just agreed. Let
Now,
us finish here.
Zafar, you
now
made your
the
point.
price has
Zafar,
gone
you
down
made your
this
point.
much.
Zafar,
Government
Zafar, you
is
made your
saving and
point.
making
I
its
want to say-
finances okay.
You made your point.
By the way,
Gentlemen, don't speak over each other, you promised.
Arnab, by the way, there's a misinformation.
Are you
over
on the
here.
back foot of
no,
the
no, not
debate
at
so
all.
far? You haven't
the
made an
information,
aggressive point so
Arnab, you
far on
want
the
your
others.
people to know the right information. The right information is the FOB, the free on board. That is the price. The international price has
do this. Don't
increased.
embarrass me.
Petrol 18%, diesel by
Embarrassing.
20%. Let's not demean each other, Mr. Rajiv. Mr. Rajiv, let's not demean each other
He's
by
saying
calling
you're
off words.
embarrassed.
That is absolutely wrong, Mr. Rajiv.
Rajiv, why?
Please don't.
No,
try-
why
teach
my
me
guy?
things.
No, if you
Listen,
are
I'm
if you
not
are a
some
congressman,
BJP buck.
you can
I'm
be
not a
Bhakt of
BJP
Sonia
buck
Gandhi,
to
but don't
believe
demean
this-
us.
this kind
Don't
of
demean my
spinning.
data.
Why are you being demeaned? Why are you being
No,
demeaned?
he's calling my
Yes.
data wrong data. Is it not true that 18% increase in the
Arnab,
FOB
may I?
of petrol, 20% increase in the FOB of diesel, 13% increase in the FOB of crude oil? This is the increase. 18% shutdown of the US refineries. So definitely this
From
is a
where we
transient
don't import
phenomena.
anything.
And let me tell you, 42% of the collection of all these increased prices, what you are talking
So
about,
in-
goes
Arnab,
through
but
devolution.
here's the
Goes
question.
through
Every point of it.
Goes through devolution.
I will counter every
may I-
point of it.
Goes through devolution.
You decide
argument between you. To Rahul Navekar, don't you want Maharashtra to get 42% of devolution to Maharashtra? Why are you anti-Maharashtrian? Why do you want Maharashtra to not get 42% of amount? No, why do you want that 42% of amount should not come to Maharashtra for Maharashtra's development? Exactly. Our commitment is growth. Our commitment is development. Our commitment is devolution.
That commitment was fulfilled prior to 2014 also. The center then also was sponsoring schemes in the state of Maharashtra.
Actually, this is absolute. Really not fair.
What is fair then?
We are trying to have a substantive debate, and you're going into rhetoric.
You know, Rajiv ji, what was Sonia Gandhi doing?
Listen to me.
Are you aware of the scams that Sonia Gandhi was conducting vis-a-vis petrol prices were concerned? Natwar Singh was stopped publishing a book. Natwar Singh was stopped publishing a book because of the fact that Sonia Gandhi and the Congress party were receiving money because of petrol scam. Thankfully, we have a government today which is not conducting scams on petrol
You made your
prices.
point.
Money was going to Das Janpat through petrol scam. And
What's your question?
Had to be
The
stopped.
question is that despite high taxes on petrol, which is to offset the deficit financing, but the government is incapable of making economic policy. So resorts
The
to
government
deficit,
is incapable of making
deficit
policies.
financing. And in
GST,
spite of that,
GST is a
you
policy
still
and not
have
a
a
policy.
4% decline
GST, the entire nation is
in the
crying
balance
about
of
its
payments. What do you
implementation,
talk
failure in
export that
implementation.
tax?
What do you talk about?
There's
What
no
do you think the
economic
GDP
growth
stood
at
at
all.
4.8%?
The entire country is saying that the
Okay,
implementation
can I give some comparative
What are you
figures?
talking
Now
about?
this question has become, what is the situation in our government? And this is a relevant debate. Rajiv, please listen on this. The argument and the debate today is, are you better off or worse off than you were 3 years back? That's how we started, right, Kumar Ketkar?
Yeah.
Kumar Ketkar, I am concerned that the opposition is on cloud 9 with the ongoing price hike. First of all, they're very happy about it. But how can the Congress party pretend to be the people's party when between 2004 and 2014, petrol prices were increased 22 times and decreased twice? No, this question will also be asked. Your crocodile tears.
2014 or we are discussing last 3 years?
No, but it'll be comparative.
Discussing last 3 years.
Congress party
Kumar
is out
Ketkar.
of power
Kumar
because
Ketkar.
Congress party is out of power because of these reasons.
Both of you. No, don't speak together. Don't speak. One of you at a time.
Promise something else.
Okay, don't speak over
So
each
let's not talk about what happened in the past. Talk about what's happening today.
My question
Number
is,
one.
the
And number
opposition is behaving high and mighty today. The reality is the situation was much worse 3.5 years back, 2004 to 2013. Food prices went up
That's why they are out.
157%.
That's why they are out.
When the prices
we are talking
went
to
up
a
to
party with a
53
difference.
No,
We
you
are
are
talking to a party with a difference. Therefore, these questions have to be put
No,
across.
and Rajnath Singh and Smriti Irani were sitting on a road organizing Rasta Roko for taking the price up to 53 during UPA.
so
But
what
we are
is the-
not
what is
discussing
the
that.
inflation?
We are
What is the
discussing
inflation
last
rate right
3
now?
years. We are not
The
discussing
inflation rate is at 3.24%
All
compared to
argument
9 to
about
11% then.
All arguments about scam has no meaning at all.
No meaning. Scams have no meanings, Mr. Ketkar.
The biggest scam is demonetization.
My God, look at them. Look at them.
Don't speak over each other.
They supported the scam of the Congress party, saying that all those scams have no meaning. And they see scam honesty today.
Arnab has defined the question, are people better off today? We are not discussing 2004. We are not discussing
People are better off
scams.
today. That is the reason as to
People
why
are
every
not
state
better
is
off
voting
today.
for Bharatiya Janata
And
Party
the
and
discontent
not voting for the
And
Congress
let me
party.
tell you,
What is this
the
arrogance?
middle class,
What is this arrogance?
which
How
is
do
your
you know?
core constituency,
Democratically, how do you
is
know people
getting
are better off or
rapidly
not better off?
disillusioned.
Through the ballot papers,
question is-
through the
our question
EVMs.
is-
Your core supporter class.
Don't speak over each other. This team is speaking over each other.
51% of the vote share.
What's the question?
No, first
Can
think
you
about-
quote a single state?
No, you first
You're
think
talking
about
about
the
numbers.
No,
You're
the
talking about
NCP,
numbers.
the NCP,
Forget
which is
NCP,
going down
I'm
every
talking to you as a
forget
citizen
NCP.
today.
You
I'm
forget
talking to you as a citizen
You
today.
forget NCP.
You tell me
No.
a single state when you got more than 51%.
It is
You're talking about
how
numbers.
much government this
325.
government
What
gives
was their vote
compared
share?
to the
You're
amount of
talking
vote that this
about.
government gets.
You're talking about
Naturally, we are
283.
governing, so people
What
are
was their
voting
vote
us to
share?
power.
Nothing.
Arnab, just half a minute.
Can I ask you one question?
Whether we are better off or whether we are worse off, let's talk
That's
with
the
facts and
argument.
figures.
Let's debate.
The
Let's talk
opposition
with
is
facts
not
and
better
figures.
off. Rest of the people are better off. That is the question.
Fair enough,
Answer.
fair enough. Chalo, you've come to a conclusion. You're the judge, jury. You will decide
Yeah,
for the next
naturally.
3 years at
Three of us
least.
are
Now listen to me.
He's a doctor.
Now listen to me.
Also,
Now listen to me. Let's talk with facts and figures.
go ahead.
One minute. In 2014, the crude basket cost to the government of crude oil was $109. Agreed?
So you have asked this question 5 times.
1 minute.
I've been trying to answer that.
The prices
No, I gave you the answer.
the prices fell by 74% to $28.1 per barrel in 2016. Okay? How much did you reduce the price by?
0.
20%. No, 20%. Okay? Now, look at your excise duty. Central excise duty in 2014. In 2014 was
gentlemen.
I won't shout over him. He'll counter. We have the counter. My request to you all is, why doesn't the state, our states are ready, we have made a request to the GST Council. Let's inculcate the petroleum into GST Council, into GST. That's the best way. Even the petroleum minister only recently made this. Yes, sir.
Just a minute. You are saying that it went down from 109 to 50. But what about
109 to 28?
And yeah,
74% drop.
What about it went from $10 to 110 and the prices were not increased?
1 minute.
So there was a
exactly.
deficit.
That is called a welfare state where
But
you subsidize.
But where do you get your money
not
from?
when you tax extra.
Ultimately, where do you?
But that's exactly what the then opposition party had done.
In making this a welfare state, you would have made all the oil companies.
Now from this.
The question is this.
So ultimately, they have to settle their balance sheet.
When you're talking about whether
Sunil,
people
I'll
are better off, well, let me
Sunil,
whether
Sunil,
people are better off or worse off. The question that is being actually asked is about the priorities of this government. The priorities of this government are, wait, let me finish. The priorities of this government are evident in this drama that was done about the bullet train, where they're going to.
How can development be called as drama?
The question that's simply being asked is that are you catering to the top 2% or what happens to the bottom? So basically the focus of, and he says welfare state, the focus of this government is always on the haves. The have-nots can go to hell. And that is really the question. That is why, that in the middle class as well. And that is precisely why we are asking the question. What are you going to do about the people who are not haves? What are you going to do about the people who've been hurt by demonetization? What are you going to do about people who have been hurt by the complete market failure of the agriculture?
It's easier to attack a person when he's finished.
Okay, now can I just make one request? We're having a good and solid debate in terms of points. I have one complaint if I can share with everyone. Both sides don't speak over each other. Hear the arguments, be extremely aggressive, but within the teams don't speak over each other.
And make a note of whatever the other person is saying.
Believe me, this Sunday debate is being watched by a lot of people and they would be responding because they have fundamental questions about their lives. Other question is also, let's make it real. Don't give me only macroeconomic numbers. Tell me about the reality. Correct. Tell me about the reality and Rajiv Desai, with the greatest of respect, the prices of cabbage during the 10 years of Congress went up by 720%. The prices of onion went up by 521%. Even potato went up by 100%. And that's what people talk about. Brinjal went up by 311%.
So what was the net result?
So your sudden concern.
The net result was the Congress lost.
Yes, the net result was the Congress lost.
Now we are asking the same question of this dispensation, which is painting these phenomenal Sheikh Chilli figures.
Okay, so unbelievable. Sheikh what?
1 second.
Sheikh Chilli figures. Now the question is,
look, for us, I'm going to represent, you're talking about everything. We want jobs.
Yeah.
And the average person on the road wants jobs. He wants corruption to stop and he wants law and order. Let's look at all three items and see where the government has taken the country today, where it hasn't. In terms of attracting investment to give jobs, for instance, the 4 big bang things, which everybody outside India talks about because we are talking about foreign investments coming in. They are the ones who will come, not FI, because that is hot money. FDI, which invests in your country to give jobs. It's the Aadhaar, 1 second. I will say the 4 big bang things. Aadhaar, demonetization, bankruptcy law and GST. These are the 4 big things done in the last 12 months. Okay, now can I just finish? No. After that, you all can attack as much as you all want. Each one of these things, you will watch it play out in 2018. This is when the investments are going to come in. This is where the pain of the nation is over the last 9 months, is the 4 of them coming together, which everyone outside is talking about coming in. When you talk about the bullet train, please understand we have got 80,000 crores. 1 second. at 0.1% over 50 years from Japan. It is not coming out of the railway budget. So you do not confuse the people about the bullet train. Is a separate exercise altogether. If it is coming out of my railway budget, then the Aam Aadmi will say, why are you doing this? Because you should be fixing tracks, you should be doing X, Y or Z. You would not have bought a plane when you say, the airfares are 4,000 rupees. You know what an aircraft costs? We still buy planes. 1 second. The nation moves because there are...
Enough.
1 second. It's not enough. I'm speaking after half an hour. You have spoken enough. As far as I'm concerned, let me finish all my points. What you are saying is, all the ancillary industries which start with this, you all are not taking into account when the bullet train comes in. As far as we are concerned, we're getting R&D, we are getting free money and not touching your budget.
It's not free
Please
money.
do not explain. 1
It's
second.
free money.
No,
I
it's
did
not.
not interrupt you.
Are you saying he's
and
lying?
you can carry on. If you're saying I'm lying, I'll challenge you on this.
He's saying-
I will challenge you on the actual facts of this matter. Do not mislead people.
Who's misleading?
He's saying I'm wrong, that we're getting
Congress
this
is.
money from Japan.
You're misleading people.
You're 0.1%. And we are spending about only 10,000 crores
that's
or
your specialty,
15,000
not
of that.
mine.
And that also over the 5-year period. You're not spending it in year 1. Please understand,
misleading
everyone, when the metros were being created in India, whether it was there or not, the same
So you're
arguments
saying
was
is
given.
misleading is
Don't you spend,
anti-development.
1 second, let me finish. Don't you want to spend the money somewhere else? Why are you creating metros? Today we are very happy that the metros have been created. Why create the sea link when you could have gone and given money to the
Are you calling
farmers?
him regressive?
Yes, I am telling, of course they are regressive. You have to understand that all the investments
You're
that are going
regressive,
in,
you're
you do not
anti-development,
get the
and you're a
result
liar.
Today.
I want
And
to-
1 year,
I
I'll
want to
finish
read
now, 1
something,
second, I'll
please.
finish and then
You're
1
regressive,
year-
you're anti-development
1 year
and a
in the
liar.
life of a nation is nothing.
Nobody can
It's
call me.
absolutely nothing when you are taking the nation forward. That's my only point I want to make. Enough of this debate going on. This is increasing, that is increasing. Where is the money going to come from?
Rajiv, are you doing a Google
They are
search to
cutting out
counter
the
this?
subsidy
No,
on
I've got the
petrol.
whole
Please
facts and
understand.
figures.
No, no, watch.
Massive
Just 1 minute.
subsidy.
I think a person who's been called regressive, anti-development, and a liar has the right to respond.
Just a
Right,
minute.
1 second. You said he lied on the bullet train. You're saying he lied on the
I'm
bullet
saying
train.
that. If he's questioning the money that is coming from
Turn to
Japan-
respond on this side. Rajiv Desai, do you want 1 minute? 1
course
minute.
I'm questioning.
I'm adding what he's
You're
saying,
again
then
going
you
to
respond.
Rajiv.
Respond to all of us together.
Now what this foreign direct investment also is supported by other things. Like for example, we have the best power situation now in the country, and the way things are happening.
How does that all help the Aam Aadmi? Is the Aam Aadmi going to go on the bullet train?
Deindustrialization,
He's
my
saying we
power.
need jobs.
Aam Aadmi will have go. Does the Aam Aadmi go on a
Yeah,
plane
what is
and
the
say,
cost?
"Aam Aadmi?" Yes, he does. Yes, he
No.
does.
1 minute, gentlemen. 1 minute. Just calm down. Calm down. I said don't speak over each other. Don't speak over each other. The question is,
The Aam
do
Aadmi
we?
is spending 4,000 rupees on an aircraft and enjoying himself. Why is he enjoying himself?
What is your point here?
My point is that yes, all the investments are paying off.
The Aam Aadmi goes on the bullet train.
Arnab,
Does the Aam Aadmi go on a bullet train paying 13,000 rupees fare?
bullet,
Answer the question. Bullet train.
You are 1 second.
You can afford to go on a
Very
bullet.
quickly, economically, you're wrong, Arnab, because
3,000 to
you arrived
5,000
1
they are
second.
saying. They will have other varieties also. It may be 2,000
Shobhit,
also.
let me
And
answer.
secondly, now
Just
why do you see bullet train just as a train in isolation?
Ask
Why
him.
don't you see?
Ask Rahul
why-
Narvekar and Kumar
No,
Ketkar,
with all
they
due
raise
res-
the point.
Rahulji, with all due respect. Rahul, let's not interject each other. I'll give you the time. You can please rebut me back. Rahul, you are a young politician. Why should you or anyone who is young or otherwise be objecting bullet train? Bullet train is just not a train in isolation. It is an economic model. It is a trade corridor between Ahmedabad and Mumbai. It would be developing economies. There are studies. Do you remember what Shinzo Abe said? Shinzo Abe said
Let him respond, come
in
here.
1964, when Japan was stressed after the Second World War, how did Japan come up? They developed this economic model, a model of progressiveness, and today look at where Japan is. The irony, Mr. Rahul, is with due respect to you, you are a young politician, best of luck for your future. If young politicians
future?
like you and Rahul Gandhi keep on opposing bullet train, how will this country move forward?
No, Rahul Narvekar, you're also
I want to say
regressive.
one thing.
You don't understand the philosophy behind the bullet train is the point Sambit made to you. You're listening reflectively, and I suspect it's because you might go with the NDA in the future.
I absolutely
And maybe that's the
concede to
reason you're holding
fact
yourself back.
That development at all
Are you part of the
stages
opposition
is
of the
necessary
future?
for the overall development of the country. No one is denying that we need a bullet train, but the priorities of this government are wrong.
That's the question.
The priorities of this government are wrong. When you have suicides going up threefold, and then
suicides?
farmer suicides.
In the state of Maharashtra itself, after a bumper crop, you see what is the situation.
There is a discussion.
At that point, the
I'm not
people of this
interjecting.
country certainly have the right to question
I am-
whether the priorities of this government are right or wrong. It is not the intention, it is the priorities
Okay,
that
let me
we
answer
doubt.
that.
Respond.
Sir,
Limited.
sir, I waited for his turn.
Come in.
I waited for my turn. I allowed him to speak. Number one, as far as the priorities are concerned, look, we went to Japan for a loan for bullet train. Japan would not have given this 88 crore loan for Kisan.
JICA
Number two,
has in the
sir,
past funded several projects in
did I
India.
interject?
This is not the first project that is funding.
Did I interject?
He's right.
Rahul, did I
He's right.
interject?
But you can't-
Rahul, did I
just put
interject?
figures out
Rahul, we
there.
have to
Rahul,
be.
don't
We have to
do
have
that.
this. We
Let
have to
him
have this
finish his
decency.
question.
We'll wait for your turn. Number one, first and foremost, to say that the priorities are misplaced. Everything is a priority, and all these priorities have to move simultaneously. As far as the farmer, please, Rahul, for God's sake. As far as the
but you
farmers are
can't just say
concerned,
anything you want
Sir,
and get us
Rajiv
to
ji,
be
can I
quiet.
please
I'm sorry.
complete my 20 seconds?
You can't just say anything you want and expect that we'll keep quiet.
Anything you
This-
want is spoken
I
by
am
you.
quoting
sir.
to you
I am
from a
speaking
finance
facts.
secretary
For God's
of the
sake.
government of India. May I-
mobile में सब कुछ
may I-
है. For the
Of course.
truth, the truth has to be
Because
in the
I'm
brain,
prepared.
not in the mobile.
Because I'm prepared.
You're not
like
prepared, you are ill prepared.
I don't
you are
spring
ill
facts in
prepared, that's
the
why
air.
you have to Google everything. By the way, please, sir, let
I'm
me
not
come.
Googling
for
anything,
God's
these are my
sake,
notes.
That's
for
why
God's
most people
sake,
get
let me
the
complete.
information
Sir,
from.
let me complete.
Please
and then
don't,
you can.
don't impugn me.
No,
I am not Googling anything. These are my
would,
notes.
I would be
How
speaking.
dare you say that?
No, by the time I speak, you
Take it back,
Google,
take it
How
and then
dare
you
you
can
say
rebut
that?
me.
Take it back. Take it back.
What take it back? Google. I won't take his Google back.
Utter nonsense.
Let him have his Google and
Utter
enjoy
nonsense.
it.
This
Please,
is Google.
sir.
This is Google.
No,
Show them in the camera. These are my notes.
Notes. Who has sent those notes? 10 Janpat.
Oh, please.
Leave it.
Give it to me.
The bunkam notes.
I don't want
anyway,
to- I don't
sir,
want to be
let's
caught
not,
in
let's
that.
not demean each other.
You are talking nonsense.
Sir,
Now
you're
let me
talking
finish.
nonsense.
Let me-
I may
let
be
me
talking
talk.
nonsense, but
Rakesh
let me
Mohan.
talk nonsense for 20
Rakesh
seconds
Mohan
and then you can make
was
your
the
point.
finance
Say your
secretary.
notes have come from Resham
Sir,
Bhavan.
sir, let me just complete 20 seconds, then you can speak all.
Rakesh Mohan was the finance secretary.
Rakesh Mohan ji
when
ki
the
baat bhi
first
sunenge.
discussion-
Allow
Listen
me.
to me.
Sir,
He
please,
said-
let's not
here's
shout,
what he
sir.
said. He
Please,
said he would
the Google
not
can
go
wait for a
the
while.
bullet
Can I
train
please complete? This
project,
is not the
even
way,
if the
Mr.
Japanese gave it to
Goswami.
him.
Mr. Goswami,
Don't talk nonsense, please.
Sir,
You're embarrassing
after-
yourself.
after 20
You're
seconds,
embarrassing
I would
yourself.
stop.
You're embarrassing your
No,
party.
it's
Let's
okay.
have a
And your
debate,
leader
not
already
rhetoric,
embarrassed.
not
What are you
rhetoric.
doing?
I'll just complete my
Samvit,
20
are you on the
seconds.
back foot on that?
Why should I be back foot?
Utter
We are
nonsense.
not corrupt.
Because
Through
I
direct
feel
benefit.
I-
Not corrupt.
What?
You're
What was
calling-
demonetization?
Sonia Gandhi is the
Utter
most.
corruption.
No, according to you, Sonia Gandhi is the most
corruption.
transparent leader.
You respond.
According to you,
Complete
Sonia
corruption.
Gandhi is the
Corruption.
most transparent
Totally.
leader.
Prove it. Prove it on the
You are-
program today.
Yeah, according
You
to
take
these
out 86%
people,
of the
Sonia
notes.
Gandhi is the most,
Oh, you-
most
you take
uncorrupt, most honest leader.
think
Need I
and all
answer
of
them?
the money comes
Need I
back.
answer them?
Comes back where?
According to
Well,
Rajiv
well,
ji,
well,
according to Rajiv Desai,
Who's laundered money?
Sonia Gandhi.
One second, an important charge briefly.
We are not discussing 10 Janpath of Sonia
Just one,
Gandhi.
just one.
We are discussing whether the common man is better off or not. And the answer only to that, forget 2004,
Now,
Sonia
allow
Gandhi,
me-
10
allow me
Janpath.
20 seconds to
I am
tell
not
you
accusing
as
you
to
of
why-
getting your notes from Resham Bhavan.
Yeah, I have got it from Deshambagh. Let me speak for these 20 seconds. Just a
nobody's
second.
talking about that. Say I'm
Demonetization.
wrong.
You say that demonetization is the
money came
biggest
back.
scam, and that's why people.
6%
Sir,
black
can
money
I?
included.
You want me to
It
speak?
was
now?
laundered.
Okay.
Who laundered money?
Somebody did.
Okay.
Not
Arnab,
somebody.
because of
BJP
laundering money.
leadership should
Of
launder.
course.
I'll tell you. I'll tell
Of
you.
course.
Okay.
Who laundered
Somebody.
money?
BJP leadership
Why did all the
laundered.
money come back?
Some-
Just
some-
before the
How do you
UP,
answer that 6%?
just before the UP elections, this money demonetization took place.
Okay.
Basically to benefit the BJP in Uttar Pradesh.
Now, can I answer?
All the
I've
325
heard you.
seats have come.
Arnab, you want me to
325 seats
answer?
have come because of that.
You are
No, I
not
don't want to
able
shout over them.
answer.
I don't.
Sunil, allow-
Why?
You're not- you're not
Why
getting
is
demonetization.
this?
Think of them.
Why are
Mr.
you-
Rajiv,
why
I
are
just
you
want to
talking
answer on
without any
demonetization.
basis
Give
in
me
fact?
30 seconds.
Don't
Thereafter, you
talk
can
about
rebut me
spinning-
back. No, I'm not spinning anything.
castles
You
in the
have
air.
said that
बहुत spin
demonetization.
किया यार, तुम लोग 3 साल
अरे
से
सुन
spin
तो-
करते आए हो.
Your personal grudges should not be
Always
shown over
spinning,
here.
spinning,
Please,
spinning,
please don't
spinning.
show
Who's the
personal
person of
over
grudges?
here.
There's
Arnab,
no
please
personal.
don't
I don't have
instigate
any
him.
personal grudge against anybody.
Okay.
I'm simply
Okay,
saying that I've
okay.
never heard
ठीक है.
a serious statement from your side
Okay.
other than spin. Everything is a
I'll give
spin.
you a serious statement
Demonetization help the poor. GST is going to get
Sir, will you
in foreign
please stop
investment.
shaking your hands and allow me to
Bakwas.
speak for a while?
Please.
Bakwas?
Yes, it's nonsense.
Okay.
Utter nonsense.
Nonsense words reminds me of Rahul Gandhi for no
Complete,
reason. I don't know for
complete.
what reason.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
good.
your leader Rahul Gandhi.
That means you're reminded of something decent.
Okay. Oh
Something
my
honest.
God!
Yeah.
Rahul
There you
Gandhi,
go.
someone
Yeah.
decent.
As opposed to
Okay.
something else.
ठीक है, ठीक है.
Yeah. Let's
Number one, as far as demonetization, on a very serious note, I believe serious people
Samir,
are sitting
just
over
one
here.
question.
Can I please? No, this is not the way, Mr. Goswami.
Does the party
We cannot
give you a good lesson about dramatics and all that? I mean, you're very good at
No,
it.
the party does not give me lessons on dramatics of changing parties, you know. From jumping from one party to other, from waiting to go to third party. The party never teaches me that. The party never teaches me to change parties and to change clothes just for my benefit. Unlike many other politicians who for the heck of money, who can change parties.
Your boss is there.
Unlike corrupt
Like
politicians,
Nirupa Roy,
for the sake of money, they can change parties. My party does not teach me that.
What rubbish.
Let me be dramatic, but let me not be corrupt. Let me not change parties to be corrupt. Number one. Now let me answer.
Different domestic drama.
The party does not teach me to change parties to cheat.
How can the party teach you to change parties? What nonsense is this? Which party is going to teach you?
Why do you went from Shiv Sena to NCP? And now the rumor is you want to go to third party also. You want to go to the Congress party. Now the rumor is that. For what reason? For what reason? Why do you want to change parties every second day? Just because you want to Rajya Sabha.
I've listened to it for too long. Stop. Rahul Narvekar, one second. Just wait a while. What are we here to debate today? We are here to debate whether the situation, please allow me now, don't have this freewheeling. Sambit, stop. Let me please direct the debate.
Not at all.
And wait for a while.
You all have been reading
Viewers,
from 10
we are here to debate whether the situation today is better off or worse off than 3 years back. Yes, there is price rise. But Rahul Narvekar, my problem with you is twofold. One is that you don't give credit where it is due. And two, with the greatest of respect to you, on this subject, you are a hypocrite. Let me tell you why. In May this year, retail inflation fell to a record 5-year low of 2.18%, led by the fall in prices of dal and vegetables. You didn't say anything at that point of time. Prices of vegetables declined by 14%. You didn't say anything. That's why you're a hypocrite. Prices of pulses fell by 20% in May as recorded against the previous month. Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you say anything?
After 2014,
when onion prices,
how much did they go up by? And then talk about how much was they corrected. Don't manipulate. Don't manipulate like your party of preference. Don't manipulate like your party of preference. You give the facts and figures in toto. You tell me after 2014 till 2017, how much percent did it go up by? And then how much was it corrected?
Rahul Narvekar, if despite being in the NCP, you still don't know your party of preference, that is a problem that you have. On a lighter note, now a question is, respond to the issue. My charge on the other side is the following, that when it fell, and in onion prices, fell to an all-time low in January this year. You didn't say anything. It was 50% lower than the previous year. You didn't say anything. I have the details with me. In Maharashtra this year, since you're from Maharashtra, tur dal prices crashed to an all-time low for the ongoing season. Why didn't you say anything? Respond to the other side. The debate is all on prices.
Not all-time low.
On prices, the debate is on. Now listen to this side. Listen to this side.
Priorities of the government are in question.
Sunil Alagh and Sambit Patra.
First, the answer to a very pertinent question which has been thrown off from that side, that is on demonetization, needs to be given because this is one of the historic steps taken by this government.
Everybody
Just a
knows
second,
that.
please, Sunil. Please, Rajiv ji, allow me. Number one, I mean, you say that demonetization smacks of corruption. I mean, compare the UPA days with the NDA days.
No, I won't.
During the UPA
Why
days,
should I?
Please, it's a man mein bol.
We are talking about
During the UPA days.
No, he has a right to use those.
For the Supreme Court, had to castigate the UPA government then for 2.5 years, and yet Mr. Chidambaram wanted to file a review petition not to set up a SIT on black money. Here is a government within 2.5 days of its formation. They not only had a SIT.
Where is the black money?
They not only had the SIT.
Where is the black money?
Where is the black money? Are you not able to see where the black money is? The
Samrit, you come with me.
8 lakh people have been brought into the 8 lakh people have been investigated by the agencies today because of the money that they had accumulated.
You come with me to any
91 lakh people, tax base has increased.
You come with me to any place. You come with me to any place from Balbaril Peda Federal Road to Bandra to Juhu to any place and ask the middle class person selling their flat or buying their flat, can they do it? Can they do it without black money? Black money is
exactly. This is the answer. This is the answer.
Counter.
This is historic. Here we have Kumar Ketkar saying that he sells his flat of black money. He possesses black money. He said that right now. And this was normal. This was normal for Rajiv Desai and Kumar Ketkar to possess black money and to do business in black money. He's accepting that over here. I sold my flat of black money because I belong to middle class. And you wanted that the government should not act. You wanted that the government should not allow this.
Beneath contempt. Your comment is beneath contempt. Your comment is beneath contempt.
You right now said that you traded in black money. Every person in your locality was trading in black money. You bought
one of you, let him one of you at a time.
Kumar
1
Ketkar
second.
has confessed that he bought his flat out of black money.
Who said?
Kumar Ketkar said that no one could buy flat without black money. Yet all of you were with black money. None of you wanting to change it.
Listen, keep quiet.
Listen. Kumar Ketkar, this is black flat out of black money.
Black money is on. Black money is not on.
Arnab, this is atrocious. This is atrocious.
Black money has not
Atrocious.
Why was that a normal? Why
Black
was
money
that
is
normal?
not going.
I don't think Sambit, he has not. Sambit, to be fair, he was making an analogy and a general comment. He did not say, Kumar Ketkar did not say that he has bought his flat with black money.
He will go in the market.
Analogy says
I am neither
that
buying.
he bought his flat of black money.
I am neither buying any flat nor selling any flat. I don't have a flat.
So who are the person who you knew?
I am telling you to go in the market.
So who are the people
twist
whom
the
you
argument.
knew who use black money to buy flats?
Don't
Who are
twist
those
the
friends of
argument.
yours?
You go into
Who are
the
the friends of
market.
yours?
Go
Don't
to builders. Talk to contractors. Go to builders and contractors.
Don't go personal. The question is, Rahul
Black
Narvekar.
money is on in the market.
Rahul Narvekar must acknowledge today. Listen to me, please, gentlemen. Let's go back to the sub. I haven't finished with Rahul Narvekar. Rahul Narvekar, say that your own leaders are hypocrites because while your leader Sharad Pawar blames inflation on this present government's policies in 2005, and you say we don't talk of the past, and he always says to me, he's been saying to me, Rajiv Desai has been saying to me, they lost, and hence that's a matter of the past. But when we are talking and debating on a subject today, that are people better off or worse off, they will also ask better off or worse off in terms of the empathy that the government has towards them. Right? You agree with me. Now, in 2005, sir, hear me for a minute, sir. Agriculture Minister of the country was Sharad Pawar, your leader. And he shrugged his shoulders in the most insensitive way. And he said, last year's farmers bore the loss. This year's consumers will bear the loss. This is the same party. Allow me to complete. He absolved himself of all responsibility and says Union Agriculture Minister couldn't give a damn about food inflation. This is the same party where Chidambaram said middle class is ready to pay for mineral water and ice cream and can't bear a 1 rupee increase in the price of wheat and rice. And this is the same coalition whose great icon Ajit Pawar once said that if people don't have water, they should urinate into dams. They should urinate. He said, should I urinate into dams?
Saying it all the
he
time.
said, should I urinate into dams? No, I am telling you.
I'll give you a good advice.
I am telling
Just
you.
pre-record this and play it every time you.
My question is on empathy. Have you no empathy? Have you no empathy? Have you no empathy?
When it comes to
no, I'm asking him, sir. Let him answer for himself. Let him answer for himself. Have you no empathy?
When it comes to
question of empathy.
While you are talking about Mr. Pawar, let me tell you this is the same.
Did Mr. Pawar say that or not?
Who gave a historic 68,000 crore rupee farm loan waiver.
He gave from his own pocket.
Yes, the loan waiver. The issues you are talking about was not his personal view. Let me tell you that as well.
Rahul, one
Don't
second.
be selective.
Rahul.
Now let me complete. Just a minute, Mr. Arnab,
And if the food price inflation is high, then I also want to ask you, Dam Bade, Suniye Rahul Narvekar, I haven't finished, and now my question is to Kumar Ketkar.
Why? Because you're getting fitting replies from me.
We're not getting a reply from you. You're not replied to one question. You can answer them.
Let me complete. Arnab, number one.
Did he say that?
With regards to empathy towards the poor, I've already told you, Mr. Sharad Pawar took a historic step of giving out 60,000 crore rupees
is the so-called empathy?
Respond to him.
With regards to what you are saying about Mr. Ajit Pawar, he has had the courage to come out in public and accept that what he said wasn't appropriate. But he has had the courage, but you don't seem to have the decency to acknowledge that. And that's why you come out time and again making the same statement.
So when you say, one second, so when you say the situation is worse now, then my only question to you is, and I'm asking all sides questions. I've asked questions to them and I'm asking questions to you. That's not called taking sides. But I will also ask you one question.
Why don't you
my other question to you is on a more basic level. They can answer for themselves. I've asked them enough questions. My other question is, food prices are sky high, right? People are finding it difficult. Pressure on the country is there. And Manishankar Iyer is saying, Dam bar rahe hain, or bring in the Rohingyas. This country has enough problems of its own. People are writhing under economic pain as per your estimate.
International obligations
But you are saying Rohingyas
at all levels. That's what you're suggesting.
I am saying, I am asking you a question about the response.
You're talking about chalk and cheese. I don't expect this kind of an argument from a seasoned journalist like you. Let me tell you, you're saying that there's inflation and therefore India should not comply with its obligations to the international community. That's your justification, is it?
Sunil, I'll just make one line.
One second.
No, only one line.
No, but this
in 1971, economic conditions were horrible. 1 crore refugees came, 90,000 prisoners of war, 1 crore, 10 million people came as refugees, and we accepted them. I am not saying that. I am not saying that. You are referring to the economic question.
1 second.
Arnab said it is economy. I am saying that 1 crore people, 10 million people came in 1971.
All right, very good. Let him finish.
Because India was committed to the humanist principle.
All right. I don't think that affects the Aam Aadmi today. 1971 doesn't.
Signed the human rights agreement.
Please understand.
India was promoter of human rights agreement.
All right.
So let us not bring in economy and Rohingyas
No,
together.
1 second. All that is said, fine. All that, neither has he spoken nor have I spoken. It's all three of you all versus one man alone on this side. So all I'm saying is that when we want to speak, we are so far bringing in some elements which you all can question. You're talking about empathy, Rajasthan, UP, how much loan waivers have they given? If you're 1 second, don't question. Don't question. Yeah, 1 second now. 1 second now. You will again.
I'm talking about the empathy.
Okay, forget it. I don't want to talk anymore. I don't want to.
Whatever happened in Madhya
If you all can't
Pradesh,
control yourself, there's no point in
about.
speaking. There's no point in speaking because we keep quiet. And just because we keep quiet doesn't mean you can shout on us here. Listen to us for 1 minute. Of course, there are tactical problems. Do you know that you had 2 consecutive monsoons in the first 2 years which failed in India? When did we have it last? Everybody's forgotten about that. Of course, the prices will go up. Now, the question is that this is the first 1 year of proper monsoons. If you are talking about the prices going up, are the farmers getting the prices or not? That should be the question. It's the wholesalers who are making money. If the prices have gone up, the farmers should get more money. Everybody should be happy. What is the current government doing today? No, I don't want any interruption now. I want to finish speaking.
No, let him.
All I'm saying is, what are they doing? They're having raids on everybody. Any wholesaler who's storing, they're getting it down. Now, that is the attempt that is being made by this government for the Aam Aadmi. You're not ignoring it. You're not feeling, no, the prices have gone up. Why? If the prices go up, the farmers should be happy.
But this is not something which
boss, when can I just finish 1 second? Yeah. We just finished hearing you out. Then as far as I'm concerned, look, the demonetization.
But this is the duty of the
government. 1 second, you all are not listening. You don't want to listen, forget it. You all asked about empathy. They're giving loan waivers.
Make it short. Let them respond to you.
But then they can respond after we finish.
No, whatever you're talking about is the duty of the government. That's not a favor they're doing to the public.
Yeah, then that's okay, fair enough. Then go ahead. Then go ahead.
But don't go petty. No, I would not. Number one.
None of us are.
See, it's not going petty when you have the urea crisis in the yesteryears and when you have the urea coated with neem today. We don't see farmers fighting for urea today. We don't see farmer killings for urea today. And that is the vision of this new government, the new India vision. Can I please Can you please stop demeaning everything? Can you please stop? Exactly.
Who's demeaning?
He is demeaning the idea.
Rajiv Desai is demeaning.
He feels that farmers are meant for the kill.
The entire business has changed. Exactly. And you're still talking about urea.
Exactly. The entire business changed when 2014, thereafter the entire business of urea changed. Before that, there was no neem coating of urea. Urea used to go to the petrol pumps and urea was black marketed. The poor farmers used to die in the streets because of rioting for urea. And today, Not a single news of farmer death because of urea, and this is a giant leap under Mr. Modi.
Are we
Can you see that?
acknowledging that? All right, strong point made
Question
here.
fact-wise, go ahead.
I'll just ask one more question
who's
to
the question? Who do you want an answer
Rajiv
from?
Ji.
Rajiv Desai, he wants an answer from you.
Rajiv Desai is world's #1 economist, I believe, so I think this is a
Don't be
question to him.
sarcastic, please, Your
Don't be petty and personal.
So
I don't want to talk to you
number 10 then. Sorry,
No,
not the number
please
one,
speak.
first and 10th. The question to you is, the irony is, for 70 long years, what was the reason as to why 40% of the people of this country were not part of the formal banking system? Only in 3 years, 30 crore people were added into the banking system. No, why?
I just told
Why?
you.
You told
It's
what?
a fraud. One
This is a
rupee.
fraud?
One
So
rupee
because
bank
of fraud,
accounts. Of
people's
course.
accounts were open.
Of course. It's a fraud. They put 1 rupee.
All the public sector
I
banks.
don't
Yes, of course.
understand.
The money to go to not
1 rupee.
I'll tell you, okay.
1 rupee in each account.
Doesn't
Just to
matter.
show.
Now the money can go
It was a zero account.
I'll tell you, Mr.
It was
Patra.
a zero
Okay,
deposit
listen to
account,
me.
by the way.
My
And
complaint.
do you know, sir,
My complaint.
how much did
It
the
is-
government
listen to
save?
me.
Sir, just 5 seconds and you can rebut me.
Yeah.
Do you know how much did this government save because of direct benefit transfer, because of these Jan Dhan accounts?
You're
60,000
claiming
crores.
credit now for the direct benefit
60,000
transfer.
crores. Would you imagine it was Rajiv Gandhi, sir, your friend, who said that if you leave 1 rupee, only 20 paisa reaches the people. Today we are saving 60,000 crores.
Strong comeback by Sambit Patra, I must say, on the debate so far. Wait, one minute. Live voting is on.
You are comparing
almost from
a
a position
19
of losing the debate. 10 minutes into the debate, Sambit Patra leads a fairly spirited comeback.
Sambit,
but I
I
have questions to Sambit Patra as well. Sambit Patra, let us debate. You want to counter?
Sambit, I expected better from you.
Counter.
You are comparing a 1950, 1960 situation to a 2017 situation. What are we talking about? We got independence in 47. You're talking about 50, 60 crisis.
50, 60 crisis? What crisis?
60 crisis.
What
to
crisis?
a 2017
No.
scenario. What are you talking
No,
about?
I'm not. You did
are
not
talking
understand.
about
You did not
Please
understand. I was
understand.
telling what was the reason as to why
You are
30
talking
crore
here about
people
nothing.
were left
Compare-
outside of the banking system.
Correct,
What was the reason?
He was saying
I was
for
asking
60
this.
years you had people outside
Let me
the
tell
banking
you.
system.
Let me tell you. Listen to me.
That's
Listen to
not
me.
what he's questioning.
Let us also talk about
public sector
Let-
banking.
Because
It's
of Rajiv
financial
Gandhi,
inclusion.
the money goes directly to the
no.
bank account.
No, that's not.
why.
Sunil,
They have a bank account.
You know
Sambit,
that
you
that's
spoke
not.
about-
You know that that's not true.
That much I can tell you.
I want to
They have
come
a
to
bank
the, I
account.
want to come to
Answer the
the critical
question,
issue
why are
of
they 1
corruption.
rupee?
Gentlemen, are we ready to issue the issue of corruption?
And also
If the Aam Aadmi is to
unemployment
if
is
the
the
Aam Aadmi,
largest-
I will come to unemployment.
I want to talk about
unemployment
discuss
is the
about
largest
corruption.
issue.
Why not? What's there to
Unemployment
discuss?
is the biggest issue.
Then you
What's
have
there
only-
to discuss?
You have
What?
only
Naturally, there's
you
nothing
have
to discuss,
only
present day.
allegations.
Present day, there's nothing to discuss
which
about
Congress
corruption.
party
He's right.
Which
There's
Congress
nothing to
party
discuss about
official
corruption.
have you
You are right.
prosecuted?
You are right.
Which
You will be
Congress
surprised.
party official have you prosecuted?
Rahul does not want to discuss about corruption.
No, you'll be surprised.
Look at that
Be
cheapness.
surprised. Start the debate and you'll be surprised.
Okay, so we discuss
Start the
corruption, we
debate and
discuss
you'll be
jobs,
surprised.
and we want to discuss corruption because we believe that the Aam Aadmi can be better off only when there is less corruption. So I would like to put a few questions to your side, Sambit, since you feel that you have an edge over the others. Can you say there's no low-level corruption as confidently as you say there is no high-level corruption? Is a question to you. When the BJP was sworn in 2014, it was in power in 7 states in the country, and today it is in power in 18 states in the country. That puts so much more responsibility on you.
Let me answer.
And what? I haven't even asked the question. You're on the back foot already.
No, I know. I'm ready
you're
to
on the back
answer.
foot already.
How
On
did the back
corruption,
foot-
on
How
corruption,
did the back foot
on
get
corruption.
Viewers, please
ना
know that I'm not being allowed to
खाऊंगा
ask
ना खाने दूंगा ना खाऊंगा ना खाने दूंगा. Best. This is the way we want you to clap. This is the yes. वाह वाह वाह. और जिन लोगों ने खाया है उनसे निकलवाऊंगा.
What nonsense.
जिन लोगों ने
Please,
खाया है उनसे निकलवाऊंगा. This is nonsense. This is, no, I'll tell you why he says this is nonsense.
Rahul Nalekar is countering Sambit Patra on this.
अरे आपने तो देश का पूरा खाना ही बंद कर दिया. बीफ बैन, ये बैन, वो बैन. निकलेगा क्या?
आपका खाना
आप छोड़
बंद हो
दो.
गया.
खाने-
जो
आपने
करोड़ों
देश का
करोड़ों
सब
रुपए
खाना ही
आता
बंद
था,
कर
वो
दिया
बंद हो
है.
गया.
निकलेगा
That
क्या?
is why it is nonsense. You know, all
What is-
these people are
खाऊंगा नहीं
making
तो
money
निकलेगा क्या?
out of taxpayers' money. Today, suddenly, when all that has stopped, all of them are saying
what is
that this is nonsense.
Sambit, if you say there is no corruption, what is the Vyapam scam which is being probed by the CBI now? But when it was being probed by the Madhya Pradesh STF, there was a conclusion that several top state government officials and ministers were allegedly involved. Is that corruption or not corruption? Why did the Rajasthan
answer that.
Anti-Corruption Board unearth the LED bulb scam, which is they are running into hundreds
Why
of
did
crores
Mr.
of
Eknath
rupees.
Khadse resign?
One second.
Why
How
did-
is
why
it that
did- why did Mr. why is Mr. Prakash Mehta facing an investigation?
3,000
Why is
well-off
Mr. Subhash
people?
Desai facing an
How is it that
investigation?
3,000 well-off people
These are
in
not
Shivraj
corruption.
Singh Chauhan's hometown, some of them even sitting and former cooperators, are found to be holding BPL cards? Is that corruption? How is it that there is a moong dal purchase scam in Harda and Narsinghpur districts of Madhya Pradesh if there is no low-level corruption? How do you explain the fact that the e-challan system in Hyderabad has, instead of ensuring hassle-free registrations, become a boon for brokers and staff of sub-registrar offices to mint money? I'm giving you an example. Is the Hyderabad not under your allies' rule? Which ally is in power in Hyderabad?
One more.
Now, understand this. I'm asking you, how is it the fact that building material suppliers vehicles without any fault is taken and 10,000 rupees is demanded from him to get his vehicles released? This happens in Delhi. Now, the reason I may be pointing out, you may be saying, what? Small cases? I don't know. I'm concerned about small cases. BJP ruled Madhya Pradesh, Ramashankar Tiwari, senior clerk, sales tax office, is caught red-handed accepting 50,000 rupees as bribes to settle a GST assessment case. Now, you may be saying these are petty cases. I'm not asking you about high-level corruption. I acknowledge there is less. The question, and should we debate this, about whether life has changed for the Aam Aadmi. Life will change for the Aam Aadmi only when low-level corruption goes down. Has your government been able, or do you accept that you are at fault and you have lost that part of the debate on low-level corruption?
I will answer that.
And how is it that in India, which has been ranked the most corrupt nation in Asia-Pacific countries, 7 in 10 people who access public services paid a bribe? You rule 18 states in the country. Why is there this perception
Arnab,
not going
you are
away?
absolutely
Should we
right.
debate
This
this,
is an
gentlemen?
issue.
Are we ready to hear each other? Will we hear each other?
Yes, yes.
You have a former information and broadcasting minister tweeting such filthy language. You know, the words tweeted by him is something that we can't even show on our TV channel. This is a new law in politics, and as far as the social media is concerned.
perception,
Yeah.
this is actual
Answer.
reality.
Should we give him a chance to respond, please? Respond.
Yeah.
Respond. No, let him respond. Let him respond. Let him respond. You can debate after
This is a
that.
very important point. Corruption affects everyone's life, and that's why it should be seriously debated. Number one, you are absolutely
You respond
right.
to them, sir.
Absolutely
You
right.
respond to your friend Rahul and Kumar
You are
Ketkar and
absolutely
Rajiv
right,
Desai,
Mr.
who you have-
Goswami. Even you acknowledge the fact that high-level corruption does not exist anymore.
No, I am not acknowledging.
Please let me
I
complete.
am not acknowledging.
I am addressing Arnab.
I am
Did I
not
say
acknowledging.
Rajiv
No, you have to
acknowledges
address the
I am not
opposition.
acknowledging.
You have to address the
I am
opposition.
not
You can
acknowledged
rebut
it.
me that.
I am not acknowledged it.
I am indulging Arnab in that.
No,
because
you
he
have,
said
but you have to
that.
address them.
I'm not
Whether you like
indulging
them or
in
not,
it.
you have to address them.
Exactly.
You don't
Number
like them,
one.
but you have to address
Number
them.
one.
No, address them.
Let me address you.
No,
sir.
address them.
Let me address Mr. Rajiv.
Why-
Mr. Rajiv, Mr.
Okay.
Rajiv, you would agree to the fact that in the yesteryears, we were asking Mr. Manmohan Singh, where did this 1.76 lakh crore go? Mainu ki pata.
Mainu?
Where did Mainu ki pata?
What does that mean?
I do not know. I do not know. And then you ask him
where
about,
is that
sir,
money?
can I complete, sir?
Where is that money and where are the people
Can I
who want the money? I have
Sir,
not
where
heard.
is this money?
Where is that
Oh,
money?
let me answer that. Let me
Where
answer.
is that money?
Okay.
1.6
Kumar, can I?
1.6
Don't you want to?
lakh
Don't
crore.
you want
Who's
to
being
debate
paid?
corruption?
1.6 lakh.
Don't you want to debate corruption? Don't you want the answer?
1.86 lakh crore of the coal gate.
Okay.
Where is that money?
Okay.
And who are the people who want it? Let me
answer
know the
that.
names.
Let me answer that.
know the
Let me
names.
answer that. Let me
Who
answer
have
that.
you
Let me answer
prosecuted?
that.
Who have you
Let me
arrested?
answer
Who have
that.
you charged sheeted?
How do I answer?
Where is the
How do
money
I
and
answer?
where are
Look
the
at them.
people?
No.
Show me the people.
They don't want to debate
Show me
corruption.
No, I
They
want to
don't want
debate.
to speak.
We want to know the names and the money. Where is the money?
अरे हिंदी मूवी आपने भेजो आपने राहुल गांधी को भेजो हिंदी मूवी में
But where is the money?
One second.
आपने
One second. One second.
Which
He's-
Congress guy have
Cut
you
it.
arrested? How many
Cut
charges
it.
have you filed against Congress officials?
Cut it.
Don't talk.
I'm answering.
Just talk.
I'm
No, what's up? Cut
back
it.
of your head.
I'm answering.
Tell the truth. Who? Which?
My God, even
which?
Sonia
Which
Gandhi is
cases?
not this annoyed
Which
as
cases?
this guy is annoyed.
Which cases? What do you mean,
If Sonia
guy?
got the money,
Who the
I
hell do
will.
you think? The fact is,
No, you
tell
are
me
10
how
Jumpers
many
stooges,
people,
that is all.
how many people have you arrested? How many people against how many people have you filed charges? How many people have you filed charges against?
Oh, what's the question?
Just talk about it.
Okay.
Show me one person.
Don't be annoyed.
On coal,
बैठ जाओ,
on
बैठ
2G,
जाइए,
on
बैठ जाइए।
anything.
शांत
शांत आप शांत रहिए
शांति,
Actually, बेहतर यही है कि आप बोलिए नहीं
शांत,
बेहतर यही है आप बोलिए नहीं because you are
evidence to show
Kumar Ketkar.
that
कुमार जी, calm
No,
down.
just
I'm answering
one
you.
sentence.
हो गया, no.
Only one sentence.
You have
Sunil
spoken
Alak,
10
you're
seconds.
quiet. You're not
Sentence.
participating
Let
in
me
the
just
debate.
speak. Let me just
sentence.
let me
I
just
will not
complete.
speak more.
Let me just
If
complete.
you have
Let me just
evidence,
complete.
only one
Okay, calm
sentence,
down.
only-
बैठ जाइए,
only
बैठ
one
जाइए,
sentence,
बैठ जाइए,
only one
बैठ जाइए.
sentence.
बोलने
Kumar
दीजिए.
Ketkar, what
No,
is
let me.
1.76
The
lakh
irony
crore.
is, Mr. Goswami,
If
the
you
irony
have the
is,
evidence of 1.76
Sir,
plus
please let me
1.86
complete. Let me.
lakh crore.
you keep
Show
quiet.
me the
Let him
money.
talk.
And
I'll
show
show you the
the
money.
people.
I'll show you.
Sonia Gandhi, arrest Manmohan Singh.
I'll show you the money.
Arrest Sonia Gandhi, arrest Manmohan Singh if you have.
Okay.
Arnab, can I answer? Number one.
Let him reply. No, after he replies, I'll come to you, Rahul.
Mr. Ketkar, you
I'll
have asked
after
a
him.
question. Let me answer the senior journalist, Mr. Ketkar, this answer. You say what is being done against the corrupt cases that happened in the UPA days. Nothing. Only day before yesterday, a raid was on Karti Chidambaram, and Chidambaram
is
comes
not
out.
1.6
Can I please complete,
1.76
sir?
crores.
Can I please complete, sir? For God,
you have
please
a-
hold your head and अपने मन में बोलिए. Can I
No, but
please?
are you
Can I please
referring-
complete, sir? Can I please complete? 20 seconds. Are you tolerant? Are you tolerant?
Sunil Alak,
Are you
Sunil,
tolerant?
Sunil,
According to you, it didn't happen.
backing you up.
One second.
Sunil Alak.
I want to ask you. According to you, it
Sunil
didn't
Alak with Rahul
happen.
Narvekar.
According to you, that corruption didn't happen. No, one second. No. What is your conclusion now? No, one second. No. Let me answer him. Let me answer him. What you are saying is either you say it didn't happen, or you want to find out where the money went.
Or you
Did it happen or not?
You said it happened.
Okay, you are saying it didn't happen.
I never said it happened.
So
You
it
show me
didn't
the
happen.
money.
Oh, show me the money. So it didn't
All right,
happen.
1 second.
What lies
Since
are
we
you
are on the
involved in?
issue,
Come on, yeah. It happened.
Since we are on the issue,
You can say where the money went. We are going to debate.
Show me the
We are going to discuss where the money went.
All
You're
three of you
saying it
can't
didn't
speak.
happen. You're saying it didn't happen. No.
That is the jurisprudence in our country. Innocent unless
What don't-
proven guilty.
CBI raid, you are the
Innocent unless
people who
proven
say
guilty.
this is intolerance,
Where
this is
is
badale
the
ki
account?
rajniti.
Where is the
When you have a
account
big,
of
when you have a
1.76
CBI raid
crore?
on your famous
Arnab,
friend
Arnab, 3
Chidambaram or
Are
Vadra,
you saying it
then
didn't
you are the
happen?
people who say
Don't
that
speak
this
over each
is
other.
badale ki rajniti.
Arnab, I seek your
First of all,
indulgence.
gentlemen on both sides, a sincere request. Sunil Alak, don't speak over Sambit Patra and vice versa.
Bad enough. Let us speak for once.
No, the question is...
corruption, let the honest guy speak for a while.
Rahul, one second. All I'm saying is I'm not getting into a Lok Sabha political debate. One second. What is clear to the Aam Aadmi is that corruption at the top has stopped.
It's not clear.
not clear. Counter.
Let me tell you.
Please.
Clear.
You all are not letting
No
me
point.
finish.
I got your point.
No point. No,
I got
it
your
hasn't
point.
stopped.
I got your point.
At the lower levels.
I'll come.
I am saying it hasn't stopped at the lower levels. Please understand. Let me speak. How often are you all are shouting all along? All I'm saying is, if you go and take a look, being corrupt, I'm saying it as an Indian, has become part of our DNA for the last 15 years. Everybody from a police guy down, everybody wants money. What Mr. Modi is saying, to change a DNA in 2.5 years or 3 years is impossible.
Oh, right.
One second, please. That doesn't make it right. Huh?
Oh.
Just because doesn't
Arnab,
mean
give me 1
anything.
minute.
2 O's have come. That you're corrupt with
Arnab,
2.
give
Put
me
a
1
1
minute.
before that. So all I'm saying is that,
Sunil
look,
Lalit
as far
is
as
saying
I'm
something.
concerned, it is going to take time to change it all
How
the way
much
down.
time?
How much time he says?
No, 1 minute.
No, watch it. Between the... I'll come to you. No, Sunil. Sunil Lalit and Rajiv Desai.
And now they say, how much time?
Let Sunil and Rajiv debate. Sunil and Rajiv, stop please. Sunil and Rajiv.
No point.
Sunil, question comes to you from
okay.
Rajiv.
Yes,
My
Sunil.
first question is,
Sunil,
are you both ready to engage each other?
Here's my
I
point.
am willing to engage, but not with the Then there's
Yeah,
no
well,
debate.
I mean,
Even
what
I'll
are-
go into
your drama bar is sitting next to you,
then there's no
yeah.
debate anymore.
Respond to him.
That's all.
Dilip
You have
Kumar,
to stop
he
that
asked you a question.
business.
Okay, here's my
Right.
point.
So give me a
Here,
question which is
demonetization.
Who are you calling Dilip bhai?
No, I didn't say Dilip.
Okay, one.
Demonetization.
Sunil Lalit.
Let's stop.
Demonetization
Again, the subject
was a
changes,
money
yeah. The train
laundering
of thought
scheme.
goes all
There
over
you
the
go.
place.
Bas,
Let's
this is the big
discuss
corruption you're
first.
talking about.
Now, one second.
The biggest corruption
Please
ever.
understand. Please understand.
And
We are-
try to pass it off.
I'm just saying that we might think
Really?
that, look, the petrol prices which are going up is being used for infrastructure. We are discussing the impact
What
on the...
infrastructure?
Again, you are interrupting. You say what has happened. The Aam Aadmi
Shall I
is
go stand
saying,
in the
look,
corner?
Aam Aadmi says, I have to pay more. I don't know where the money is going, whether you're doing it on building roads or not. So we're discussing the Aam Aadmi. Go and talk to the Aam Aadmi. I'm not saying 100%. They all feel corruption at the top has stopped. It hasn't stopped all the way down. I am admitting that. That changing the DNA in our system, which your party has done for the last 10, 15 years, is going to be...
Counter to Sunil Lalit from Rahul Narvekar.
It's going to
Counter to Sunil Lalit from Rahul Narvekar.
Now
Rahul
people are
Narvekar
scared.
has counter for you.
I'll make the
Rahul
last...
Narvekar's counter.
Yes,
I'm
no,
going to
the
allow
last
it right
line.
now.
No, the
Rahul
last
Narvekar,
line.
go on.
Rahul, then you can say, what has happened now is people are scared of being... Earlier, everybody was saying, okay, come and put the money on the table, I'll do the job
Sir,
for
take
you.
the counter.
Now the question is they are scared. That's the first
Take
level
the
of
counter.
changing. That shows that corruption is now people are scared of corruption.
And
That
by
is
the way,
first step
Rahul
towards that.
Narvekar,
Now
before you
can
come
carry
in,
on arguing.
I will let you
Now
make the
please
rebut
argue
to
as
that
much as
side,
you
and I
want.
hope the other
Finish.
side listens to you
Don't
right
go
now.
like a sub-jagh aa jaye. Wherever
While it
corruption
cannot
is
be
zero.
denied that low-level corruption, hear me on this side, is still persisting.
Yes.
Remember the coal scam, 2012, 1.86 lakh crore rupees. Got it. Okay? 2G scam, 1.76 lakh crore rupees. Augusta Westland scam, 3,600 crore rupees.
Where are the countries?
CWG scam.
I'll answer that.
CWG
I'll answer
scam.
that.
How many thousand crore
have you
rupees?
not been able to
So
answer
my
them?
question to you is, while I will ask why a customs official at Mumbai airport is still demanding a 25,000 rupee bribe, do not absolve yourself.
Right.
Do not say you were silent. You were active then. You were silent then.
You're right.
Your silence was your complicity.
You're right.
So
You're right.
when the people are watching this program, they'll ask you
All
one
right.
question.
All right.
We'll say, we don't trust you guys.
Okay.
Because when that happened, you were quiet and now you are taking advantage
All right.
of a 50 rupee
All right.
increase in the
All
price
right.
of onion
All right.
and are telling us to respond to it.
All right.
But we don't trust you. Respond to
okay.
them.
Can I-
Respond to
can I-
them.
may I-
Respond to them
okay.
now. And
Okay.
respond
I'm
politically
gonna
to each other.
respond.
We are not going to
Respond
interject you,
Okay,
and we
thank you.
expect the same courtesy out
You
of
will
you as
speak,
well.
Sambit will
perfect,
interject.
done.
We allow the
Done,
skip
done,
courtesy.
done.
Is the debate open on that issue?
Absolutely.
On
And we
the
will
issue
not
of
intervene.
hypocrisy, are we
We'll
ready to
wait.
debate this now? On the issue of double standards and hypocrisy of the opposition,
Absolutely.
are we ready to debate it now? Then debate. Go on.
Absolutely.
Go on.
Absolutely.
Double standards of
That-
opposition?
the-
Double standards of the
other
ruling
side-
party.
Double standards.
Double
Why double
of the
standards?
ruling party.
Double standards? Fine.
Double-
Go on.
They in fact have triple standards also.
All right. On the issue of double standards of either side, are we ready to debate now?
Yes.
Is that okay now?
Yes.
Rahul Narvekar has the first attack. Rahul.
Insofar as the other side is concerned,
And tell me who you want an answer from on the
insofar
other side.
as the other side is concerned, Mr. Sambit Patra seems to have mastered the art of when you can't convince, you have to confuse. When you can't convince, you have to confuse. The question
But
put
he is
forth,
obfuscated.
when the question put forth to you was, like Arnab rightly said, you spoke about the 2G, 3G, Commonwealth, Colgate, everything. These were allegations that were leveled. These were 3.5, 4 years back. What have you been able to establish in the last 3 years? That was the question that was put forth to you. We didn't hear anything on that front. One. Number two, I completely concede to the fact that there is absolutely no reason to doubt the integrity or intentions of the Prime Minister of this country. I hold him in absolutely high regard.
That is your opinion.
That is my opinion. There is no doubt about that. But having said that, that does not mean that the lower rank there is no corruption. There's umpteen amount of corruption. Let me give you an example of my home state. Let me give you an example of my home state. Why was Mr. Eknath Khadse made to resign? Was there absolutely no allegation or merit in the allegations made against him? Why was the entire last session washed out where Mr. Prakash Mehta, Housing Minister of Maharashtra, was alleged to have indulged in a scam of 5,000 crore rupees? And there are a number of them. Why was Ms. Pankaja Munde, why were there allegations, substantial allegations against Ms. Pankaja Munde with regards to the Chikki scam? There are umpteen. And let me go on, the list goes on.
So what is your basic point? Make your point and attack.
Let me answer that.
Make your point and attack.
He has attacked his point. Maharashtra, the way Lalit Modi ran away and Rajasthan government was attacked, nothing has been defended about so far.
What is the impact on the Aam Aadmi? Make your point from the perspective of the debate.
You want an answer? Now we did not interject.
One more point from him, then you can now respond.
You were saying corruption. So Lalit Modi ran away.
Kumar, now he's making.
I'll tell you. My scenario, you presented your scenario. My scenario is very simple. You put up a stooge called India Against Corruption. You levied these charges.
Who put up that stooge?
It is a stooge. I'm saying it now.
No, who put it? We did not put it up.
You people did.
Okay.
You people did.
Come on.
Then you put and created this false.
But Rahul Gandhi wanted to learn from that stooge.
Again, please.
Don't
be so petty. Don't be so petty. Don't be so petty. Listen, the fact is...
Did not your leader Rahul Gandhi say, I want to learn from Arvind Kejriwal?
You put up a stooge, you created this corruption scam.
Said that I want to learn from Arvind Kejriwal.
You came to power on the corruption platform and you haven't been able to file charges against a single official of the previous government. You haven't done it. And you have no answer for it. You should be able to answer. Instead, what you have is a non-functional economy, lopsided priorities, and you're trying to tell us that everything's fine, everybody's happy, there's no high-level corruption. Please, talk realities.
Okay. Let me now answer. Number one, as far as high-level corruption is concerned, one of your participants, Mr. Rahul Narvekar himself, has conceded. Just a second. Let me complete. We did not interject.
And that's specific to the Prime Minister of this country. Let me tell you that.
Courtesy from you, sir. We did not.
To the Prime Minister of this country, because I have not found any material to level that allegation against him.
Can I speak? We allowed you to speak.
You cannot have Adani and Ambanis without the high-level corruption.
You cannot.
You cannot have Adanis and Ambanis without the high-level corruption.
What is this?
No, now you must let him respond.
No, what is
Gentlemen,
this?
it's fair. It's fair. It's all three of you asked him questions. Now let there be a response. I said there will be a political response to the question. We debated it. He heard it for 6 minutes. He has a chance to rebut. It'll be fair form of the debate.
Then I want to say something.
Yes, you can, but let him respond.
Mr. Kumar,
Sambit Patra and Sunil Alag, are you responding effectively enough to every question?
Politically, he's responding. I'll respond as an economic...
Number one, Mr. Kumar Ketkar comes out and says,
Mr.
Kumar Ketkar comes out and says that Ambanis and Adanis cannot exist without corruption. It is not that the Ambanis and Adanis were produced in 2014 and they started their existence.
But you were supposed to eliminate
Sir, can you please keep quiet? Mr. Ketkar, can you please keep quiet for a while and allow others to speak? Mr. Ketkar, don't behave like a kitten garden student, please. Sir, did I interject? Please learn from others also.
Let him speak and then
Please, Mr. Ketkar, let's behave. We did not interject. Please don't interject. Thank you. Number one, to say that the Adanis and Ambanis were created only in these 3 years is absolutely bunkum. Number two, most of you...
said that.
Nobody said that.
Please allow me to complete.
No, but I never said that.
You said that Adanis and Ambanis cannot exist. By the way, let me complete, sir. Sir, let me complete.
Let me linkage between Mr. Adani and Mr. Modi.
Mr. No, I'm
Mr. Modi has himself said it.
I'm not denying.
He's flown in his aircraft.
Can I please speak, Mr. Goswami? I'm not denying the close link between Sonia Gandhi and Quattrochi. I'm not denying that. They had a link, and that's the cheap. This is cheap.
Yes, it's
this
cheap.
is not cheap.
It is totally cheap.
Because people
cheap.
like you,
It's
because people like you
beneath
were benefited
contempt.
out of these scams, and journalists like him were benefited out of these scams. That is the reason as to why you have been standing your ground against Bharatiya Janata Party, and you want to protect the Congress. This is a direct allegation. I make a direct allegation against Lutian journalists. I make a direct allegation. I make a direct allegation
against looting journalists who have been benefited because of corruption of yesteryears. Let me speak.
Journalists like him.
Now let me speak. Now let me speak. Sir, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you, Mr. Ketkar, as to why you all see all goods in Congress. I'll tell you as to why journalists like you see all good in Congress and nothing good in BJP. Because I'll say you. I'll tell that. I'll expose them. I'll expose them. Because these people were offloading the taxpayers' money by traveling with the Prime Minister to foreign destinations, by enjoying their lives. Today, all that has been stopped, and that's the reason as to why they are so pained. That's the reason as to why they are so pained.
What is happening in the media in Delhi
What is happening? We know that. We know.
You find out what is happening in the media in Delhi.
Come now. Rajiv Desai, please stay. Rajiv Desai, please stay.
I cannot be in the presence of such low levels of human intelligence.
And please request.
Yes, you are.
You all stood with corruption.
You are.
Here is a gang which stands against
Gang,
corruption.
right
Yes,
words.
we would stand against corruption, come what may. For you, black money was all good. For you, corruption did not happen during UPA. Here we are, who are exposing you all, and you all need to be exposed.
This is a man.
You all need to expose the people.
How do you?
I'm
never going to
have the audacity of saying that so what? People will buy 5 lakhs out of black money. How should we change the system?
Instantly.
We should not change the system.
I am ready to
We
go
should
to
not
prison.
change-
Gentlemen, calm down.
Iota of evidence.
Sambit, calm down. Now my question is from the issue.
That's the reason as to why
you
people
have
are dejected.
Sambit, 1 second. Our next question.
How do I answer your question? Your own
Our
people
next
do not
question.
allow-
Sambit.
Own people do not allow-
Sambit, calm down. The question is, if you are
behind bars.
Sambit,
Chhagan Bhujbal is behind bars.
Rest of the clan I mentioned.
Chhagan Bhujbal is
When will you
behind.
put rest of the clan I mentioned?
Just as Chhagan
When will you put rest of the clan that I
Just
mentioned?
as Chhagan Bhujbal went behind bars, one by one.
So
all
you're
of
saying
them
that
will go
Eknath
behind bars.
Khadse, Pankaj Munde, Prakash Mehta go behind bars soon.
We are unlike
That's
you.
what he's admitting, huh?
We are unlike you.
That's
We are unlike
national
you.
news.
We don't.
BJP spokesperson
We
says
don't. We
sitting
don't
ministers
stand by
will go
law.
behind bars soon.
Who said?
That is you
just
just
because
said.
you have
You
allegation.
just
No.
said.
Chhagan Bhujbal
What
is
are
equal to
you
Eknath
doing,
Khadse.
Sambit?
Chhagan Bhujbal is equal to anyone
Have a
else.
hold on what
Chhagan
you're
Bhujbal is
saying.
behind bars today because he was corrupt.
Have a
And I
hold
believe
on.
all those who are corrupt
He
deserve
can,
to be behind
but
bars.
we are right
They will be
now
one day. But the issue is,
question is-
in the morning you ask us, why don't you do anything? No, just a second. In the morning you ask,
And what about-
why stop?
Sambit,
Why
Because
stop?
you are going beyond limits.
What limits?
You don't even know what.
No, what limits?
Obviously, you
just
don't have a
because I
sense of
don't speak
decency
for the
or decorum.
Congress, I'm off limits.
You
and
are-
just because
you
you
have
support
no sense
Sonia
of
Gandhi,
decency.
you are within
Answer
limits.
the question. Who have
Just
you
because
arrested?
I said Sonia
Who
Gandhi
have you
and
arrested?
Quattrochi, he's
Who
so
have you
annoying.
arrested for corruption?
Quattrochi and
Nonsense.
Sonia Gandhi.
Please don't talk nonsense.
what
Don't
is
talk
this
nonsense to
nonsense?
me. Where is the arrest record? Who have you arrested in the Western
Arnab
scam?
Goswami
Who
and I
have you arrested in the
that
Colgate
Sonia
scam?
Gandhi was
Who have you
close to
arrested in the
Quattrochi,
2G
and that's the reason as
scam?
to why both
Why is
happened.
the economy
So
in
why are you
the
also
why is the
worried?
economy in the
Why are you
doldrums?
also worried?
Why
Why
is your
also
current
worried?
account deficit so?
It is not Adani, Ambani and Adani.
Why?
Adani and Ambani is not the subject. Quattrochi is the subject.
Because last 3 years.
Why
In
you
3
have-
years you
In the last 3 years, Bofors was also exposed,
You
by
are
the
saying
way.
in last 3 years you
Republic
eliminated
Channel
no
opened with the
employment, no
expose
job.
on Bofors. Last 3 years, Bofors was also an
Gentlemen,
exposure.
I request some decorum here. I appreciate your strong views. My next question, if you're pro-citizen, but please understand this, in this part of the debate is very critical. Sambit, you say sabka saath, sabka vikas at the drop of a hat. Hear me on this. Please hear me. We're in the last 10 minutes of the debate. Bear with me. My question to you, and gentlemen, hear me closely. You have to be pro-citizen. Yes. If you are truly pro-citizen, then the nation wants to know why you let the CEO of the Ryan International School, where the conductor allegedly murdered a 7-year-old boy, get away. Why haven't you arrested Ryan Pinto? Second question.
Anticipatory bail is by the
Is it a
court,
relevant
sir.
question or
The
not?
Bombay High Court has given anticipatory bail.
No, Sambit, listen to me. Sambit, why was...
Sir, we have arrested Baba Ram Rahim, but you are the followers of Zakir Naik.
Maharashtra
Look at
government
the
has
followers of
donated
Zakir
Chief
Naik.
Minister. Chief Minister has donated 50 lakh rupees.
Baba Ram Rahim is behind bars for 10 years.
Thank
42
God.
summons.
Okay, I have a question. Can I ask a question? Kumar Ketkar, I have a question for this side.
Because it is on public record
Kumar Ketkar,
Statements from Baba
Kumar
Ram Rahim
Ketkar,
that he had,
Kumar Ketkar,
Amit Shah had accepted.
Kumar
Amit Shah
Ketkar,
had
Zafar
accepted
Sareshwala has not
the request
spoken.
of Baba Ram
And
Rahim.
Zafar Sareshwala, I have a
Amit
question for
Shah
you.
had respect-
I have a question for
Amit
Zafar
Shah had
Sareshwala.
accepted
Kumar
the request
Ketkar,
of Baba Ram
Kumar
Rahim
Ketkar, this
to go
gentleman has
soft on
spoken the
that
least
case.
on the debate.
It was thanks to the courageous judge
I have to
that has happened. Don't claim credit for that. The courageous judge has shown the credit. Those courageous girls have shown the
Let him
credit.
speak. Let him speak.
Have
Zafar
shown the credit.
Sareshwala. No. Zafar Sareshwala.
credit goes to the
Zafar
judge of those
Sareshwala,
two
my
girls.
question is simple. Please, Sunil
Baba
Alagh.
Ram Rahim case started during the it started during Atal Bihari Vajpayee rule.
Yeah.
Atal Bihari Vajpayee started the investigation CBI despite 42 summons during the 10 years of UPA.
I want to ask a basic
Baba Ram
question.
Rahim
Will you
did
hear
not
me?
come to the court. Now finally under the BJP rule, Baba Ram Rahim is behind bars.
Not BJP. BJP promised him
Kumar
that they will be
Ketkar,
able to help him.
Kumar, cut to him, please.
Regarding these Babas, all political parties have used them. In fact, 2007, Baba Ram Rahim had given a diktat to vote Congress party. So don't talk about Babas. Every party has used them once and for all at different times. But my question,
My question to you, Zafar Sareshwala, I have a question for you.
But now
Is
they
it
are
pro-citizen
VIPs
of the BJP government to concentrate all its efforts on going after madrasas and ensuring that they celebrate Independence Day? I'm not saying they shouldn't, they should, and it should be a fact. But then 213 deaths have happened in BRD hospital in Gorakhpur. What is your priority? Second question to you is from the point of view of safety. BJP leader's son goes and stalks Varnika Kandu, a young lady in Chandigarh. What do you do? When Ryan International School this happens, what do you do? When Baba Ram Rahim happens and despite section 144, all the followers who are also getting the backing of the
33 people
BJP,
get
their
killed.
top leader go amok in Panchkula, what do you do? My point to you is, sir, very simply, from the perspective of safety and a sense of safety to the common person, to the Aam Aadmi, what really have you done? What is your focus? Please answer them, sir.
Yeah, I'll
is it a
answer.
relevant question?
I'm not giving a BJP perspective because I'm not even.
No, but go ahead.
But
don't be on the back.
With regards to madrasas, see,
Madrasas.
as Chancellor of Maulana Azad National Urdu University, we have started this issue of taking direct madrasa graduates in our university.
Sure.
This has happened first time in India in 70 years.
Yeah.
That any madrasa graduate, he can straight away take admission. We have got a bridge course for them and we did last year as a pilot project. Now, to bring to that, you need all the madrasas to come under some umbrella body. You need to register. So, in
Rahul.
fact, we started this. Arnab,
Rahul is
we
responding
started this even without the government.
Rahul.
That all
This is the
madrasas-
achievement of Mr. Zafar
Listen to
Sareshwala.
me.
He's really been working hard on that project.
So what, for
and
that,
credit
we
totally
asked-
goes to Mr. Sareshwala.
He asked the government to do it.
We ourselves asked that the madrasas should get themselves registered. Second, we started an issue called virtual classroom in madrasas.
No, that's not the issue.
I'm asking you a question.
I'm
That
asking
about
you,
madrasa.
my broader question was, and this is the question, please Sambit answer it. Is it pro-citizen that on the streets of Chandigarh are not safe for women at night, and the Haryana BJP Deputy President Ramveer Bhatti says the girls should have not gone out after 12 o'clock in the night? What action did you take
Should not
against
have said that.
What action did you take against
Arnab, we
it?
all
The BJP Deputy President says the girls should not have gone out at 12 o'clock in the night. Did he say it or not, Sambit? Did they say it or not?
Arnab, with all earnest, let me answer you. I'm a young politician. Whichever party conducts this way, if a person molests a girl, goes behind a girl, he or she should be behind bar.
You say
this
you're
person is
pro-people.
behind bar. So no, I'm not going to defend anything that is indefensible. We have to look after the country as a new India. Secondly, and
Even
mostly,
the
stalking in Gujarat.
my God, this is not cheap. This
Then
is Sonia
take
Gandhi
that
and
back.
Quattrochi was cheap. This is not cheap.
No.
Who was talking? Whom
It's
in
not been
Gujarat?
answered.
No, who? Why
It's
didn't
not
you?
been
Why didn't you
answered.
file a case? Then do you know the case?
Okay,
was
go back to
withdrawn?
the subject now.
Now let me come to madrasa and the appeasement politics that is going on. I mean, most importantly, do you remember in 2015 it took the Allahabad High Court. It took the Allahabad High Court to come out with the diktat that all the madrasas have to unfurl the Indian flag and they have to sing Jana Gana Mana. It took the court. Why did you all, in the name of appeasement, start a reverse politics on it? Why, for God's sake, you want Rohingyans inside the country. You want to felicitate Zakir Naik.
But who
you want
all
to
said
call
that?
Zakir Naik as apostle of peace. You are pained when Burhan Wani is killed. You are pained when Abu Ismail is killed. And you call the Sena ka chief, the army chief, Sadak ka gunda, and then you say, Achhe din you said,
who are you alleging for what?
No, I'm alleging you.
You allege Congress.
You are not the
How
Congress.
are we concerned?
Oh my God, I thought I was speaking to Congress.
That means you have to educate yourself. Time has come to educate yourself. Go to madrasa and learn something.
Oh no, okay. Madrasas, no.
Go to some madrasa school and learn something.
Congress madrasas don't
You
preach
don't-
anything.
you are not educated enough to
Don't
know.
worry, sir.
You are not educated enough to
Sorry,
know that I am
Arnab,
a
sorry.
journalist.
I beg for forgiveness. I thought I was speaking
I am
to
a
Congress
journalist for
spokesperson.
last 45 years.
Oh my God, I'm so
and I am
sorry.
not defending Congress, I am only attacking you.
Journalist since last 70 years, and I thought he was
I am attacking you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, criticizing
But tell me, tell me, since we are speaking from the position of empathy for the Aam Aadmi, since we are speaking, and I want the people to choose, I want the viewers to choose today between which side is better and which side is worse. The BJP.
Criticizing BJP government does not mean defending Congress at all.
Last
We are
question.
critical of BJP. The subject was what happened in the last 3 years.
took place during UPA. You said that nothing wrong happened
I
in
never
UPA.
defended UPA.
And then you say that no,
I just asked you to provide evidence.
You are making it up. I have one question. You're making it
I am
up.
asking you to provide evidence for 1.76 lakh
The
crore
only
and
make in
1.86
India thing is
billion
lies.
and arrest the people.
Be fair, Kumar Saab, answer one question about corruption. Don't you feel that the high level institutional corruption which was plaguing the country, see, the biggest problem
it's
the
not
country
gone.
was, listen to me, listen to me, my question is not completed.
Say yes or no, that's all.
The
Kumar, just
institutional,
say yes or no.
no, the
You don't believe?
institutional,
I don't believe.
the institutional and
Very
policy
good.
level
Very good.
corruption.
I don't
speak
believe
over
that
him.
high level
Don't speak
corruption
over
has gone down.
He's saying
No,
it doesn't
the policy level and the institutional level corruption which we have been
I do
seeing,
not
it has
believe
not
that
gone,
high level
it's
institutional
still
corruption has
there.
gone
Give me
down.
one example.
This is
Give me one example of policy level corruption.
an example I know from
Come on.
people who directly talk about it.
They have the reasons.
They're saying no, let the Janta decide. No?
Let the
Let them
Janta,
answer.
exactly.
You're catching
Policy
them now.
level corruption I'm asking.
Rahul,
Where policies
That's
were
what the
created
propaganda is.
for certain people.
That is what the propaganda is. That's not the reality.
No, I'm give me one fact.
I have three questions now. I have a rapid fire round. I want to ask this side. If the UPA was so pro-people, why did 85,620 farmers commit suicide between
But I have
2004 and
never said UPA was
2009?
pro-people
My
or
question, my don't,
anti-people.
sir,
Let Congress-
sir.
We are saying
Let
that
Congress
BJP
decide.
Was the Congress pro-people?
Congress decide what Congress
My question is to you.
15-16
My question is
Since the
not.
comparison,
During UPA time there were suicides.
since the
During UPA time there were
since
suicides. Obviously that is not justified.
So if there
but
were
that doesn't
suicides,
mean that the BJP
no, I want you to make an argument
suicides
now.
have gone up 3 times
Please revert
and
to
it can be justified.
Kumar Ketkar, revert to the debate. The subject is what? And I'm going to give everyone a closing round right now. My subject is people are going to debate and watch this subject on whether the situation is better off or worse on the 3 years back.
Yeah, 3
That's
years
what we are
back.
saying. So we are saying here today, and please hear me, there were 823 incidents of communal violence in 2013 under the UPA, right? How many cases are there now? There are 85,000 farmers who died in the first year of the UPA term. How many are dying now? If you are pro-people and you're saying Ryan Pinto case, they didn't do anything. In the Nirbhaya case, you remember Rahul Gandhi had to be dragged out 13 days after the case happened to say one word out there. So the question is, please make a comparative assessment and tell the viewers on the Sunday debate, we were better, we had less corruption, we were more empathetic. You cannot say you are bad, but don't ask us how we were.
You are changing the goalpost.
I'm not,
No,
sir.
we're not.
You asked a question
No, we are
what
not.
was the situation in 2014?
Okay, closing
and what
round
is the
now.
situation
No, we are
now?
not. No, we
we
are
are not discussing what happened between
Okay, give a
2004
minute
and
each to give summing up
2014.
now. Just ask
we are
everybody to
asking,
sum up.
we are debating
Give a
what
minute each
happened
to all.
between 26th May
Arnab, give a minute to
2014
all of
and
us
now.
to sum up.
I will give everybody.
I am supposed to debate according to your definition, 26 May 2014 to now. We are not discussing 2004,
Kumar Ketkar,
2014,
Kumar Ketkar,
1979
Kumar
to
Ketkar,
1994. We are not saying that.
Kumar Ketkar, one second, Lord
No,
Almighty knows.
You said.
You went and gave an example.
No, I did not bring.
Anyways.
You
Anyways,
brought the
sir,
subject
people
of
are
poverty
intelligent.
and Rohingyas. That's why.
Kumar Ketkar, I will now give closing comments, but I will say one thing. The Lord Almighty knows, right, that the only person for whom life was better in the UPA term was Vijay Mallya, because it was in 2012 under Manmohan Singh's term that he was
during
extended.
BJP government, he ran away.
Under the BJP government, he was declared a willful defaulter.
And then ran away. and they are not able to bring
But who
back.
gave him the
How many
loans?
times they have said that tomorrow he'll come back. Tomorrow he'll come back. Lalit Modi was supposed to come back in 2 days, 1 week. Lalit Modi has not come back. Malia has not come back.
Okay, closing comments right now, and the voting is on. We've heard each other. People are watching the debate. I will leave the judgment to them on who's won and who's lost. But in this part, I will give 60 to 90 seconds to each participant. And I want you to make a comparative assessment of from now to 3 years back. Please, let's not get into what you did 3 years, what you did. But I want one question to the Sambit before I stop. Sambit, when you said you are pro-people, you kept talking about Damaj Shri. You said we are going to take on Damaj Shri. What are you doing on the Dhingra Commission on Robert Vadra, hatching eggs?
I'll tell you.
On the commission, because you made that the cornerstone of the people's movement. You said there's Robert Vadra on one side and the people of India on the other, and you let Robert Vadra off the hook. I genuinely want an answer on that.
Arnab, if we really had to make Robert Vadra off the hook, then we would not have constituted the commission that you just now quoted.
You've done nothing on it.
Arnab, believe me, this is a government which is not going to spare the likes of Robert Vadra.
He has to keep it alive.
He has to keep it alive.
Why?
Keep it alive. Why?
Like corruption. They have to keep all this stuff alive.
No.
They have not arrested anybody. They have not charged anybody. They want to keep saying
not charged anybody. Chidambaram is having a case right now going against him.
Robert Vadra, he's talking about Robert Vadra.
There's no charge. There's no charge.
These people are going to face the acts of the law. These people are going to face the acts of the law.
I'll tell you what. If you're asking me whether people are better off today than
it took 17 years
I'll tell you
for
what.
Lalu Prasad
One of the
to be
things,
convicted.
one of the reasons.
It took 17
Will you please
years
stop
for
it?
Lalu Prasad to be
The
convicted.
fact of the matter is
he
that
supports corruption. He supported Congress all the while. Supporting Congress is equivalent to supporting corruption.
Supporting BJP is equivalent to supporting communalism. What rubbish?
Frame leveled and tried
Talks
by the
nonsense.
judiciary of this country. Are you doing the mistake of casting aspersions on the judiciary of this country?
That has been done. That has been done by your party.
Are you attempting? No, that's what you're exactly doing right now.
You were the first one.
I think it's fair if you blame us.
We never do that.
I think it's fair if you blame the UPA, but don't blame the judiciary of this country.
No,
please.
Rahul, judiciary has its way of functioning.
Rahul, Rajiv Desai is responding to Sambit. Sambit, listen to your protagonist on this.
It is impossible for the citizens of this country to be
for
better
Robert
off
Vadra to be-
under a BJP. Please shut up and listen to me.
Oh, no, please.
No, we are not going to shut up.
The point
You
is,
may shout all you want to me. We are not going to shut up.
He's telling me to say.
Honesty is not going to shut up. Honesty is going to speak.
You're honest.
Corruption is going to shut up. Understand?
Honesty should not speak selectively.
Yeah,
honesty should speak in
the fact of the matter is,
honesty would not allow corruption to
no
brew.
citizen of this country can be better off under a government that believes only in headline management, knows zero about policy.
Arnab, do you believe
the economy is
that
down, the foreign policy is a distress, you got
I will tell you.
crammed in Doklam by the Chinese,
As far as
the
headline
Pakistanis
management
have got
is
you,
concerned, I will give you a lesson or two on that.
you're just completely
Have you heard
wiped
this from
out.
Latvians
You're completely
journalists?
wiped
You know
out.
what the media
You have
people
nothing.
were doing in yesterday
There's no
years? Should I
chance
talk
of
about
anybody
Radia
being better
tapes?
off.
No,
There's not even a hope.
They have headline
There's
management
not
needs
even
to be
hope.
done. This
Not
headline
even a hope.
management needs to be answered.
You are a headline manager. That's all you are.
I'll tell you what the previous...
Responsive.
Yes, Mr. Rajiv, I should tell you what the yesteryear's Latvian journalists were doing. They were managing cabinet reshuffling, Radia tapes. Your friends were managing cabinet reshuffle. The Adanis and Ambanis that you're talking about.
Whose friend?
Your friend. Your Ketkarji's friend, Kumar Ketkar.
The entire
Is it not
transcript
true
of
that
Radia
some
tape.
of your friends are in Radia
the
tapes?
entire transcript of Radia tape. I
Oh
will be the
my
first
God!
person to
Look at
support
Mr.
you.
Kumar Ketkar.
I will be the
Both
first
of them
person
have
to
jumped to
support you.
protect their friends. They
there are
have
no
jumped
friends.
to protect their
There are
Latvian
no
friends.
friends. I will
Those who are
support
responsible
you.
in Radia tapes. And that is why you are so annoyed
There are
today.
5,000
Because today
hours of tape
there are no
published the
leakages.
entire
Today you have no say
I
in
have
the
no
cabinet
question of friends or
reshuffle.
enemies.
Today you cannot
You
offload the
publish
taxpayers'
that-
money.
you are afraid
Today
of-
you cannot
you are
enjoy at the
afraid
cost of our money.
publishing the
That's the
transcript.
reason.
You are afraid of publishing the transcript because people of your party also
60
will be
seconds
involved.
and the debate is on. At this stage, what I want to do is everybody should stop making speeches and listening to each other. So we'll go one by one. Okay? And I will give everybody 1 minute on why situation today is better or worse than 3 years back.
Without interruption.
Is that all right? Without interruption? And each side will respond to the other. It's an evenly balanced debate so far. I want Zafar Sareshwala to start. Zafar. No, for and against very quickly. Please, Zafar.
No, I think we are better off than what we were prior to 2014 in number of aspects. As you said earlier, that what the Aam Aadmi wants. He wants jobs. we want industrialization, the growth of that. So to make that, lot of templates have to be created. And to that effect, the road building exercise has gone phenomenal. The power situation is very good. Foreign direct investment is coming. So ultimately, when all this happens, and when the money is there in the bank, of course, that 99% money has come back in the demonetization money. So I think with that now, there will be industrialization, the industrial growth will be there, and again the jobs will come, and people will...
Rajiv Desai, respond. Your 1 minute now.
There will be all kinds of paradise and all under the administrations of this regime that absolutely has no idea about policy or policy making or implementation, only headline management. That's all they ever do. And this is what you guys are doing, saying everything will be better. But when? It's nothing. 3 years. There's nothing to show for it. What is there to show today is a complete disaster in the economy. What is there to show today is a complete setback in foreign policy. What is there to show today is joblessness. The entire rupee that was going to be what did your people say? How rupee is going when Modi becomes? The rupee's down. The trade's down. You can laugh because you don't understand these things. You only know drama. You only know drama. Mujhe maro, do your drama. I'm done.
Main drama kar lu?
Respond to him, gentlemen. Voting is on, please.
As far as the Modi government is concerned, the A, B, C, D, E of the Modi government as to why things have changed. A for assertiveness and arrived. It has arrived today. The economy of this country has arrived. Why? Remember, 2013, fragile few to fabulous 5 today. Fragile few, bits. Brazil, Indonesia, India, Turkey, and South Africa, they were sinking economies. Today, in fact, the IMF MD comes to India and says that India is a bright spot in the world economy. Number 2, assertiveness. Doklam. Had it been the UPA regime, they would have been smirking, oh my God, forgive us, forget us. But today, we have proved that we are there, we are assertive. Surgical strike, assertiveness. B for bold and basics. Basics meaning toilet. For you, toilet was not important. For us, 4 crore toilets across the country. It means changing the paradigm. B, bold. Bold means demonetization, GST. That could not happen for all these years, have happened. C for competitiveness. Look at the competitiveness. The competitive index has gone up. Ease of doing business has gone up. D for development.
Come on, you're taking more time, Sambit.
I'll just complete.
One
second, I beg of you. D for decisiveness. Benami property law not being formulated since 28 years. 28 years. And now we have the Benami property. E for effectiveness. DBT, direct benefit transfer, effectively saving 60,000 crore today.
Overtime. Kumar Ketkar, counter.
There are 26 alphabets, you have used only 5, and the D is actually for disaster.
You give me time, I will use more than 26 alphabets. I'll use the Hindi alphabets also. I will use the Hindi alphabets also. Sir, just allow me.
And Z is for zero.
No, those who are negative, pessimists, they will only see D and Z. For you, it was zero loss theory. Do you remember, sir? Z for zero loss theory. And what happened? What happened to your zero loss theory?
What happened?
44.
You haven't proved anything yet. You haven't proved anything yet. You
so the only one who has not proved anything yet is Rahul Gandhi.
You haven't. You have not. You finally.
Berkeley wala.
Well, you are talking of 44. There were only 2 seats in 1984 of the BJP.
So you are not Congress spokesperson. So why are you offended when I speak of 44?
Vajpayee had lost.
No, why is he offended when I speak of 44? He is not Congress spokesperson.
Sir, don't counter, your time is up. Please let him speak. You said uninterrupted.
I am just giving you statistics to counter.
Uninterrupted. Sambit, this is the uninterrupted closing down. Sambit Patra, hold yourself.
The simple point is, when we say common man, we have to define the common man. Common man is that unemployed person, 2 crore per year, joining the army of the unemployed. No jobs have come at all, despite your claim
Mudra
of industrialization.
Yojana, 8 crore people.
No interruption, Sambit.
Okay, sorry.
Despite the claims of industrialization, 2 crore people are entering the job market and nothing has happened.
Mudra Yojana.
Number 2.
Uninterrupted.
Small and medium industries, you go yourself and inquire. Small and medium industries are closing, particularly after demonetization. The other small and medium industries are unable to cope up with the GST, and therefore they are also in crisis. As a result, because of the crisis in small and medium industry, other set of people have lost the jobs. I mean, instead of getting new jobs, you have actually created more unemployed people. Number 3, you were saying that farmers will be better off. Farmers are committing suicide 3 times more than before.
No, this is absolutely wrong.
And final point, because I have to complete 1 minute. Final point, the core constituency of the BJP was created because people were fed up and fatigued by the UPA performance. Now that middle class, which was completely fatigued and angry with the UPA, joined the Modi government, joined the BJP, supported Modi's all
Time up, sir. Time up.
And
time up.
after
Sunil
one and a
Alag's
half
turn.
years, after
sir,
one and a half
you want
years,
more
they have
votes on your
realized
side,
that
but
their dreams have
sir, you
fallen
want more votes,
completely
but it's his
and they
turn.
are disillusioned.
Sunil Alag's turn now. Penultimate speaker tonight.
Constituency of the BJP
Penultimate
is
speaker,
going away.
Sunil Alag.
So all I want to say is that, look, as far as I'm concerned, you are talking about a very small percentage of India's population, which you are saying has been affected. If you go into the villages and if you go and see and talk to them, they are all working towards the fact that something is going to happen for them, and it is happening. They're getting money, they're getting into the area, and they're going to vote for, hopefully, for whichever government they want. But from the point of view of industry, our current foreign exchange reserve is 400 billion. As far as we are concerned, the entire mood of the world has changed for us. Bring in the FDI. And yes, because I'm saying FDI will come in, and that's when Aam Aadmi will get jobs.
When?
And that when means what? In 1 year. I am saying 2018. You have to allow the investments which have started now to bear fruit. No, 1 second, yeah, please. Did I interrupt? What's the point? What's the point, Arnab, of saying you won't interrupt when you're allowing him to
invest a penny here?
No, all right, fine. Did I interrupt you? Now, let me finish my 1 minute and that's it.
Is nonsense,
Nonsense he's carrying on. Doesn't matter. Yeah? We are not going to use foul words like him. But all I'm saying is that, look, as far as we are concerned, the Aadhaar which is coming is excellent. As far as we are concerned, the bankruptcy law is excellent. No, it's not time up. GST will take time, of course. Now the goods are going to move. FMCG, you go and look at the demand is going up. 1 second. I did not interrupt you, Ketkar. Let me finish my last minute. I think everything you have to wait till 2000, and you do not judge at a point of time in history. In a nation, you have to discuss. Yes, for the last 3 years, look at what we've done for farmers who've had 2 bad monsoons.
Says
please,
Sunil Alag.
Don't
judge yet. On that note, last word from Rahul Narvekar.
You pick
Rahul Narvekar as the last round now. Last word.
Raghuram Rajan resigned in
Pointing
disgust
fingers at me is not going to get you more votes,
of the economy.
Forget it. Pointing fingers is not going to help
talking
you.
about Arvind Panagaria's
Anyway, don't point fingers, is not going to help you. That's all I'm saying. You said your point, let me say my point, let the Janta decide.
But these two giants
let the people decide. No, I'm saying you're
chief
right.
and planning chief.
Let the public
Why
say I'm
did they
wrong.
resign? They resigned in disgust.
Let the public say I'm wrong, sir.
Rahul
I'm
Narvekar.
saying my point. You're very right. You're absolutely right.
Rahul Narvekar has the closing round today. People, please press on the vote. And at the end of this show, we are going to take one shot of all of us together so that there is some peace brought back on the panel before we leave the studio. Yes, please. Last word today.
Since I'm the last one to speak on the debate tonight, I'll say we'll leave it to the people of this country to decide whether we are better off or we are worse off.
Yeah.
So let's leave it to the discretion of the people of this country.
Yeah.
However, having said that, let me emphasize on 3 facts. This present government or the NDA came to power based on 3 promises that they made to the people of this country. That was good governance, that was corruption-free India, and it was, of course, with regards to good policies and progress in this country. Now, with regards to all the 3 parameters that I've spoken about, let's analyze them briefly. Number 1, with regards to corruption, I've conceded to the fact that there may not be any iota of doubt so far with regards to the Prime Minister of this country is concerned, but I've given you several examples how successive state governments, different state governments ruled by the Bharatiya Janata Party have failed the Prime Minister of country on this account. 1. Number 2, when we talk about corruption, the Bharatiya Janata Party or the NDA then had leveled several allegations of corruption against the UPA. How many of them have been established so far is a question that you need to introspect upon, not the UPA. And last, with regards to policies and progress, may it be demonetization, may it be GST, there have been not the UPA or not the parties in opposition. You've got neutral voices who've expressed disgust, who've expressed absolutely failure
GST,
of both these policies.
On GST,
with regards to
GST. No.
I'm
not
saying
on GST.
about the implementation, my friend. I'm talking about the implementation.
Conveniently, he makes it
What convenient? You don't hear, that's not my problem.
No.
You are so self-conceited that you only want to hear your own voice. Listen to others at times. You won't commit some mistakes.
GST you supported behind the closed doors.
This guy
you come
only
out and
likes to
say
hear
GST
himself.
is something which is bunkum.
This guy only likes to hear himself.
No. GST, you cannot oppose GST.
Mr. Sambit Patra, from the beginning I said
GST is
praise
something.
GST.
Is something which the UPA had proposed.
Oh, now the UPA has proposed.
What are you talking?
GST. And GST, in fact, was the wrong thing that this government did.
All right, on that note, people, please, if you haven't tweeted or voted yet, this is the time to do it. I would say this has been one of the most evenly debated shows on the Sunday debate so far. I don't know what the Twitter account's going to be. I don't know which side is going to win. But I think this has been a constructive debate. This is what the debates should be all about. Let's bring a sense of accountability. It's interesting today that we are hearing the government side say, don't judge yet. That itself shows a spirit of allowing themselves to be under scrutiny, which is great. May I request for the first time a handshake between my panelists today at the end of the debate? Maybe one between Rajiv Desai and Sambit Patra as well will be in the spirit of the debate. I thank you all very much, and Sambit will come across to you in the spirit of the debate. Gentlemen, please come forward, keep me out of it, and shake hands, and let's look forward to the next Sunday debate. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. It's time for the shake hand. Rajiv Desai, thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Sambit Patra, come forward and shake hands.